Welcome to Spilling the Tea with Susie. This music is loud. Hang on. I don't know if it's loud for you guys, but it's loud for me. Alright. That was too quiet. There we go. Perfect. Alright. Welcome to Spilling the Tea with Susie. I'm Susie. This is Abby.
Hello.
I'm so excited. Hi. What a great time. Aren't you, okay, we scheduled this last week. Aren't you glad?
Yes.
Time. We've been talking about it for ages, and then I was like, hey, Abby, I have an opening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's good because it gave me less time to be nervous about it. And really, I'm like, at first I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be super fun. I just, chat with friends, whatever. And then as time was getting closer today, I'm like, oh gosh, what are they gonna ask me? Am I just gonna forget every character ever? I'm gonna even forget Nancy's name. It's gonna happen. So it'll be fun.
I love it. Oh my gosh. No, we're gonna have a great time. It's gonna be just a chill hangout, just like a fun, chill Nancy's your friend hangout. It's gonna be great.
And I have my mug. It is tea. So
the best. Wait, what kind of tea do you have?
So after 3 p.m., if it is tea, I have to have decaf. So I'm drinking Irish breakfast tea, decaf.
The best.
With raw sugar and just a little bit of milk.
That sounds amazing. I love that. I'm actually having hot cocoa tonight because I was feeling jolly, so.
Yeah.
Yes.
We love a jolly moment.
All right, let's say hi to some people. Hello, Morgan. Love you. Hello, Elizabeth. Hello, Ricky. Hello, Lauren. Casey. Daniela. Joshua. Hello, everyone. Good to see you guys. And whoever is lurking, hello. All right.
Good evening.
So, Abby, why don't you read your mug to everyone?
Oh gosh. This is I'm a therapist, but not everyone's therapist. So depending on how you take it, it's a reminder for myself or for other people. So
there you go. There you go. Oh, hello, little Miss Drew. Good to see you.
Hi, Elle.
All right. So let's get started. And I want to preface this with okay, so for those who don't know, obviously she is a therapist, but she told us nothing is off the table except for questions about my clients. And I was like, oh my gosh, I will never make you break HIPAA. And then guess what? I think you scared everyone, and there was not a single question about your therapist job.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, that's fine. They can type it in the chat and I'll answer it.
There you go. I did say HIPAA.
Okay, that's like my world.
John's like, did you say HIPAA?
Yes. Anyone who has to comply with HIPAA, their ears perk up when you.
No, literally though, because he has to comply with HIPAA, and he'll come home and he'll be like, oh my gosh, can't break HIPAA violations, and I'm like, all right.
Yeah, it has to be the most vague thing that could either be someone we do know or don't know, and the other person would have no idea.
Yeah. Whew, that is just intense. I'm glad that I don't have to deal with that in bridal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have the wedding dress.
Oh my goodness, I know. Wedding dresses don't deal with HIPAA. So, but you did, okay, but listen. Even though people didn't want to ask you therapy questions, not that you're giving therapy, but they didn't have anything to ask about therapy. Sounds so like they're getting therapy from you. The other way. Everybody wanted to know about custom drinkware. That was all people cared about. Everyone just wants drinkware for Christmas, I think. So this is a perfect time to have you on the show so that we can remind people that you have an amazing shop. And I, for one, am hoping to get one of your designs under my tree this year. I still haven't told my husband that I want one, but I need to.
It's gonna happen at some point.
I know.
Yes.
I know. Oh, Morgan says I deal with bridezillas, and know what? I don't. I actually have never had a bridezilla. I have momzillas, and I have sisterzillas, and I have cousinzillas sometimes, or best friendzillas, but I've never had a bridezilla. Yeah, brides are always amazing, but moms typically aren't.
Yeah.
There you go.
Projected need to live vicariously.
I know. Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad. But you know what? Enough about that, because you guys can ask me all the questions about me next week. Today, we're here to talk about Abby. So, let's get into some questions.
Okay.
All right. So, first question. This is my favorite question. Road trip, Frosty, Fatima, and Frank. Who has the ox?
Oh my gosh. I think it's gonna have to be Frank, because
he's safe.
Sustainably, depending on how long the road trip is, sustainably, I feel like I could listen to his style more. Fatima would probably like jump all over the place, which is fine in certain contexts. I feel like Frosty would be like podcast world, and that's fine.
Yes.
But probably not the podcast that I would want to listen to. It would probably be like weather podcast or something, or like some like photography instructional podcast.
Yeah.
That has like, I would need to see it. So like,
yeah,
Frank for sure.
Yeah, that makes sense. You know, Fatima is a really popular like person to put on these road trips. I don't know why, but people think it's hilarious to put Fatima on road trips.
That's so funny. She'd have to go in the back seat, like the whole she just wouldn't fit in the front seat either. The hat, I couldn't see. Like,
she's not gonna fit. Yeah. Oh my word. Okay. Replace a character in your favorite game with a custom glass. Who and why?
Oh my gosh. Was this a Morgan question? Or
no, this is Jetpack. This is 100% Jetpack.
Jetpack. Okay. Oh man. Okay. But like, would it have to do something, or is it just gonna like sit there and you go visit it during the game?
There were no rules, so whatever you want.
Oh, no. Okay. Oh man. A character in my favorite game.
Yeah. Any character.
Okay. Well, currently Shadow Ranch is top. Mm-hmm. So a character, I would do Dave.
Oh.
And he could still be a tall drink of water.
I didn't see that coming.
It just popped into my head. I'm like, you know what? We'll go with it.
So good. Oh my god. That's quite possibly the best answer that you could have possibly come up with. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Amazing. Amazing.
I love it so much.
Morgan says she's honored that you put her in the same ranking as Jetpack.
Aww.
Way too clever, straight to jail. Amazing.
Straight to jail. Oh no.
Oh my goodness. Alright, so Lauren's done with us. She wants us to play FMK.
Oh no.
Alright. So, my FMK, like, what's it called? Like, view that I put on my stream broke for some reason. So you guys have to look at my entire screen. So, sorry about that. Alright, so, okay, you know the deal. You know the wheel. I have 3. There's everyone. There's only men and there's only women. Who would you like?
Only men.
You bet. Okay. How do I change the wheel? Oh, here we go. I never remember. I come in here every single time and I'm like, what am I doing?
This is brand new information.
Well, I don't know if you were watching the episode where, like, the format of this website changed. And I was so thrown off that I literally turned off the, like, view of the screen so that I could play with it, like, without people watching me mess up. It was such a mess. Alright, spinning the wheel. And I hope we get Dave. Our first guy is...
Who is it?
Our first guy is Johnny Roll.
Oh.
Okay. Our second guy has to be better.
You can only go up, except for like 1 or 2 characters.
Oh, it's better. It's Alec Fell.
Okay.
That's so much better. If Tori were here, she'd be swooning. And finally... Oh no!
Who is it?
got Tino Balducci. Oh no.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So we have Johnny, Alec, and Tino.
Yeah.
Okay.
What a lineup, my word.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So I'm fighting Johnny.
Uh-huh.
Like I have to fight Johnny. It's just like principle at this point.
That's the rule, yeah.
And I also feel like he wouldn't actually win. He's very much like the bluffing type. So I would win. And then I guess I would marry. Oh gosh. Okay. I'm going to marry Alec.
Yeah.
For feeling like that may be more long term.
Oh yeah.
And then kiss Tino, I guess. But then like never speak to him again. Just like walk away. Like have no like contact. And I'm just
there you go.
done.
There you go. Okay, I love that. I feel like that's the only correct answer. I really do. Yeah. There's no there's obviously no right or wrong answers with these, but any other answer would have been wrong.
You're a real Snoopy Susie,
there's no
aren't
way
you?
I'm even going through a wedding ceremony with Tino. I'm sorry. Like, that's too much time near him.
Just no. Just no. Just no. Okay, well, here's a fun question to make up for that.
Okay.
Which Nancy Drew suspects would you invite to dinner?
Oh. Like multiple? Or just one?
Any. Who would you invite to dinner?
I really want to hear a conversation between Guadalupe and Red Knot.
That would be really interesting.
So I want them. But then I need some like comedic relief. So I need Joe and Frank. So like if I get tired of listening to Guadalupe and Red, like I can listen to Joe and Frank. I'm trying to think of who else. And then Renata. I would have to pick Renata. Because I would like to hear like her stories and that sort of thing. And I feel like over dinner she might be a little bit more chill. So that's who I would pick.
Yeah, I love that. That sounds like a really fun party, I'm not gonna lie. I love that.
I would love it.
Okay. That's a really fun question. So thank you, Amy, for sending in that one. You have to choose one Nancy Drew game to play for the entire rest of your life. Which one is it?
Oh gosh. One and only one. Trying to think if I should go sentimental or humorous. I feel like I can't reference Shadow Ranch again. Even though like that is one of my options, but then obviously there's Castle Malloy. Maybe I would finally like not blow up at that last puzzle if I just played it over and over again.
Yeah, maybe you could do it in like 3 minutes.
Yeah. I think I would pick Curse of Blackmore Manor though. I feel like that's one that like would easily play over and over. I think I would get tired of certain aspects of the other two.
Yeah, but you know what? That's a really good answer because I feel like that's the only game that I have continued to learn new things about.
Yeah.
Even though I played it like when it came out, I still find new stuff. So that definitely has a replay value that the other ones don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there's just so much content that like not all of it is necessary for the game, but it's all very interesting content. And so we like get to pick here and there. Yeah. And then like ingest certain things. Like the last time I played it, when I was looking at the different alchemy symbols, I learned sublimation is an alchemy symbol. Like that was lost on me as a kid, obviously, and all the other times I played, you know, between then and now. And I'm like, well, I guess I'm an alchemist now. So
you're just literally an alchemist. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah, you don't have to turn lead into gold to be an alchemist these days, you know?
Yeah. What a time to be alive.
I know, right? Oh, check out our shop. It's linked below. Okay, let's see. What's next? What are the 3 things that you love most about The Haunting of Castle Malloy?
Oh. Okay, so location, obviously.
Yes.
Like, anyone who has heard me talk for 5 minutes has heard me talk about Ireland.
It's true.
Yes, very, very true. And so, like, location, Ireland as a whole, I think the vibes of it, they could have chosen different, like, Irish vibes, but they did very, like, traditional countryside, like, moody vibes, which I really liked. So those two. And then the third thing. I don't know. I think they did a good job with Denal as, like, the cranky old guy.
Yeah.
So, like, different from, like, Dexter, where he was, like, the very, like, straightforward, like, grumpy old guy. Like, Denal, you're like, he has a story, and he's, like, got all this stuff that he's, like, been through. And then at the same time, it's like he's got, like, this, I don't know.
Yeah.
The graphic exterior that you see with the grumpy old man, but then he's just, like, hanging out in a pub, and you're like, you've experienced things. Like, they just did really well putting his character together.
Yeah.
So I think that would be my third.
Yeah. Okay. I love it. I love it. That is awesome. Very well thought out. All right, so this is the best question that I've ever received in the history of this show. Why are people who don't use the Oxford comma wrong?
Thank you, Tori. Oh my gosh. So for me, it just feels really straightforward. And like, years ago, when memes were, like, just, like, beginning to be a thing, there was a meme that said, commas save lives. And here's the difference between two things. And one was, let's eat grandma, and then let's eat, comma, grandma. So, like, that's the Oxford comma as well.
Yes.
When we're listing things, it just makes so much more sense. Because if you have one comma instead of two in, like, a set of three things, it looks like you're crunching the second two things together.
Yeah.
It's just too much for me. I don't understand why people don't see it that way, but it's fine. It's fine. No judgment.
I know, but, like, it's literally so wrong. It's literally so wrong to skip the second comma in a list of three things because, like, for example, the meme that you shared with us just merely days ago about the president rhinoceri.
That was so funny.
It was so good. It was so good. But, like, yeah, it bugs me. It bugs me so much. I'm such a big fan of the Oxford comma that it's always in my bio that I am a proud supporter of the Oxford comma. If you check any bio, it's not in my YouTube profile bio, but every other bio it's in. So, like, yeah. AP style made me not to use the Oxford comma when I was a copy editor, alas. Oh, that's such a shame. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I took a journalism class in college, and that was one thing that I was really kind of, like, peeved about.
Yeah.
Because it didn't make any sense to take it out of there. So we stand the Oxford comma.
Yes, we are Oxford comma stands. All right. We've had FMK redeemed. Let's go to the wheel. Let's get a better wheel than last time, shall we? Let's get some tall drinks of water. Oh, we just skipped Dave. Okay, so Chase Relaford.
Okay.
You Nancy too many questions. And then Red Knot.
Oh no.
Oh boy, this could go anywhere. What's next? Oh, Henrik Vanderhoof.
Okay.
Okay, so Chase, Red, and Henrik.
Okay. Oh man.
I'm so excited.
I feel like out of any of them to fight, Henrik is the easy target for me.
Really?
Yeah.
You could just push him downstairs.
I was gonna say, literally just, like, find him near some stairs and, like, pretend that he fell himself. Like, he's done it before, right? And then I pretend to be the one with amnesia, and then it all works out. So then fighting Henrik. I will can't get through this. I will marry Chase. He just seems like a steady person.
He does, yeah.
He's a steady person.
Yeah.
Even though he may need some therapy, he needs to work on a little bit of he's quick to be annoyed.
Yeah, well, you know what? You're not everyone's therapist, so.
Right? So there's that. And then I will kiss Red Knot and I guess do the same thing I did with Tino and just say, peace out, we're done. Like I'm going away. Like you live in your tree stand, never speak to me again. I'm gonna go somewhere else.
I just can't. So remember how I said that there's no right or wrong answers? And I meant it, but
except for Red Knot.
I just can't picture a world where Red Knot beats Henrik van der Hoorn. I just can't picture it.
I feel like their egos are the same, but I would win so much easier over Henrik.
Oh my word. Too funny. What is going on in the chat, you guys? I see that Morgan has an idea, but maybe she doesn't have an idea. Like, just tell us what the idea is. I want to know. Just don't keep me in the dark. Let me know.
Oh my gosh.
Tell me the things.
Based on Ricky?
Wheel of Torture? Oh no.
This
Morgan.
Sounds concerning.
This is freaking out. Just tell me, please. Just tell me. Okay, so this is such a great question. I just can't with this one. Okay. So Joe Hardy does a custom drinkware order for Tino Balducci. What does it look like?
I think it would be a giant cheeseburger holding. Okay, I think I'm going to get this wrong because when I just marathoned all the games, I don't remember if this is really relevant or if I just like pulled it out of there. But I think it'd be a giant cheeseburger holding a pen.
Holding a pen because every detective is supposed to carry a pen.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
Yes. But I think there also needs to be like some citations around there, but like related to Tino's, like what he's been like in the lurch for. So.
Wow, that's funny.
But like the style that like the newer style, but it's like the newer vintage style. Like if you've seen Loki in Miss Minutes, like her like vintagey looking style.
Mm-hmm.
Like a hamburger in that style with like the legs or whatever. Yeah.
I think you need to make it.
I'll see about that. I'll try. I'll just call it the Tino.
She's like, I'm not actually, but okay. Oh my goodness. Man. Okay. What is a Nancy Drew craft that you want to make?
A craft, like any craft.
Any craft.
I don't know. My mind ping pongs everywhere over like all sorts of crafts.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, because a lot of people just do so well with their specific things that I'm like, I wouldn't want it to infer that there would be competition because there's never competition. Mm-hmm. Everyone does great at their own thing.
Absolutely.
But as far as crafts, I don't know. I really like the enamel pin thing, and I didn't know that I would be an enamel pin person because, like in high school when it was really popular, it was like very much like it's a specific type of pin that like you couldn't make your own like at that point in time, you know.
That's right.
Years ago. So so now that there's more options and like there's all that, all the stylistic choices you can make and just do that in your house, I think that would be really cool.
That's so fun. That is so fun. Yeah. What's your favorite Nancy Drew game that has snow?
Ooh. I think I put, because Hannah, the Nancy Drew nerd, she had that like collage of different ones that had snow in it.
Yes, that was so good.
Yes. So at the time I picked Treasure in a Royal Tower, I think. Mm-hmm. Just because like I always lean more towards like the historical informational ones. Yeah. So I really love that one.
That's a good one.
Yeah. I think I would have to go with that one. because I would have to like parse out other reasons for the other ones, but like that one is my favorite overall, I think, with snow.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. Speaking of, Hannah just showed up in chat. Hello, Hannah. Thanks for coming. Glad you were popping by at the exact moment we started talking about you. Love it. So what's going on? Okay, so Wheel of Tortures for the far future. Wait, now you're stealing my ideas? Wheels are my thing. All right. Let's see. Wheel of Misfortune. Would you rather have to keep asking Takai why or Pa where's Ma? Oh goodness, I'm never doing that. No, see, I do wheels, but I do wheels of fun things. Not my thing. All right. Next question. What is your favorite design that you've made for like a glass or like whatever you've made?
Ooh. It's hard to say. I really enjoy, I did like I still can sell it, but like a Dr. Pepper design that like I had like got little licensed like Dr. Pepper images of like a really like cool, it's not watercolor, but it's a little bit washed out looking Dr. Pepper can, and then I put it all over like in a pattern, but in the middle of it I just said or I typed out, I need some pep in my step. And that one is a big hit at a lot of places, and I had done a Pepsi one as well, and it does not do nearly as well.
That's funny.
Yeah, so I really like the Dr. Pepper one. I want to do a Pepsi one, but like with wild cherry Pepsi, because that for a while has been like my favorite soda, and I've had some people ask me about that. I just haven't done it. You know, there's like all the thoughts, and I have like 3 notes in my phone, in my notes app of different things, and they're just like filled with ideas. But
I have the same thing.
Yeah, it's just never ending.
I love it. I love it. Also, Morgan, I see your comment in all caps. I see it. And listen, I don't know if you remember this, but you gave me the FMK idea. I did the wheel. So.
And I named it so it could be PG.
Yes, that's exactly it. Ha ha ha. Yes. I love it. Morgan says, when I stream, I'm going to have the worst would you rather to go ponder for each stream now. Oh, no. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Oh, Casey wants a Sundrop cup.
Yeah. That can be done.
There you go.
That would be really fun.
There you go. Okay, if you could live in the town or the city of any Nancy Drew game, where would you live?
I mean, this is such an easy one for me because I would pick Castle Malfoy.
I
know. Yeah, so I would pick that one for sure.
Yeah.
But if I had to pick something else, I'm trying to think. Thinking through all the games.
There's so many.
Definitely. Yeah, I know. Probably not Florida, New York. San Francisco, I don't know. I'm just like going through all the cities. I don't know, maybe Arizona, but that just seems really hot all the time.
Yeah, I mean, every time I talk to the twins, they're like wearing like summer clothes still. So I'm like,
this may be a little bit too.
It's like 20 degrees here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that.
I would probably. I would just pick that for fun.
There you
go.
Like
a second option, but you know, Ireland would be the
Ireland. I know. So when I got that question for you, I was like, do they not know her at all?
Or maybe they were just trying to like confirm, like,
just like you know what? Maybe she'll say something else.
There's a slight chance.
There you go. Okay. Which Nancy Drew character from any game do you most identify with?
Oh dear. A lot of character options.
I know. I have 191 on my wheel, so.
Oh gosh. Yeah, we should probably not list all of them off.
Well, starting with Secrets Can Kill Original, we've got.
Is Connie on that one?
Yeah.
Right. Oh gosh. That's so hard. I feel like I was trying to think of this like when I was playing through again, and I couldn't necessarily, because like I think I will say this though, without saying her, that I'm actually related to her. I got really defensive when people were dissing Joy Trent. Like, I don't know where I saw it somewhere. But again, there's like the whole, like, there's a lot of us in the Clue Crew who have like had a parent pass away.
Yes.
And so when people were like, she's such a downer, she's like, I was like, oh my gosh, like they made her so perfect because of the trauma. Yeah. I think for the time, like when we were playing it as kids, like, you know, most people were like, yeah, this is a lame downer character.
But she's like
some of us who were
literally
like,
an orphan.
Yeah.
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 Like lost both parents, is still very young. And then suddenly she's running a business. Like,
right.
Yeah.
Right.
She is very validated in how she acts and how she feels.
Yeah.
I do think she could use a little therapy, though.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think she could use therapy more than a robot. But, you know.
Miles is not a therapist.
No, he sure tries.
All right, he sure tries.
He really does. He sure tries. He's got that one great quote about even, you know, bad memories have a place in a happy life. Like, I love that quote so much. There was a person in my Nancy Drew group on Facebook the other day who was like, wow, this quote popped into my head, and I was like, what is that from? And I looked it up, and it turned out it was a robot from the Nancy Drew games. Yes. Thank you. So good. Yes. But if you want to hear some like Joy Trent love, go back and listen to my episode with Hugh Miller.
Yes.
Yes, he talked about her as the most underrated character, I think. Yeah. So.
Yeah, there is so much depth to her, and I do think it was lost on some of us who played like around the time it came out, or like when we were young or whatever. And so I think she is one though that like grows on people, hopefully grows on people as they get older. So
yeah, I definitely feel that. And I feel like I also understand like some of why people don't like her, because a lot of people just haven't had the experiences that she's had, you know, like they just can't understand, or like they gloss over the fact that she's had this trauma and, you know, just kind of focus on like the here and now where she's just kind of like unhappy and should be in therapy, you know?
Right.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, hello, Tori. Oh my goodness.
Tori.
Hello. We enjoyed your questions. You're going to have to go back and watch Abby's answers. Yes. Oh my goodness. Okay. Besides Nancy Drew, what are other things that you're interested in or nerdy about?
Okay. So this does go into therapy because I have like taken it upon myself ever since grad school to really look into the science of attachment. And it's something I'm really passionate about. And so whenever, like, I mean, it comes up in like every client that I have, but that's also like, I tell people like that's a lens that I look through. And so I see it differently than like some people who wouldn't necessarily like have the language for it, but would understand it. So I'm like super nerdy about attachment and like even like attachment in like the womb or in infancy, when things are really, really important for like babies to attach to their parents and for parents to bond to their children. So I have done a lot of looking into that, and that has been helpful for my own story, but then also with my clients. And I always highly recommend people to kind of look into it for themselves. And I have books that I've read as well, because I don't think it's necessarily like a my grad program specific issue, but my grad program did not necessarily do deep dives the way that I would want to. So I've had to like dig into the research myself and get some extra trainings and stuff. But there are like books too that people can read that really show like the sciencey part of it without being like really dry.
Cool.
And it's really, really cool. I think it's been really helpful for me as a parent.
I can see how that would be really valuable. Yeah. Yeah. But also, like, as a mama of a toddler,
Yes.
like, now all of a sudden I'm like, oh, attachment. Like, yeah, like, that's a bit, I mean, I literally have Liam right here. I can't hold him. I literally have Liam right here
yes.
because, like, I can't not. I actually, I think that's really, like, I've never really thought about it, but I started thinking about it, about, like, my attachment to my toddler. Because, several months ago, he started getting independent. And so, like, he just turned 2 in October, like, literally a month ago. So, like, several months back, he was still 1. He started playing this game where he would close a door between us, or, like, close the gate in our yard between us, and then he'd run and he'd laugh, and it was great. He says, "Close door on, Mom," you know, and he would, like, separate us. And he liked that, and I was like, and I was like, what? And that's when I realized that, so, like, you know how they're always like, oh, well, babies, like, don't differentiate between, like, them and their moms when they're super young. I realized that I wasn't doing that either.
Yes.
Because I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so attached to him that I'm literally, like, getting hurt that he's being independent. It's so crazy, and I'm like, oh man, I gotta let that go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy,
Yeah.
but yeah, attachment is super, super interesting, and I know nothing about it, so I should look into that, and, like,
yeah. There's the book that I, like, really recommend, and it went along with a training I did, like, a year ago in September. It's called Raising a Secure Child, and it is a lot more actually about reflection on our own stories and how we attach to our parents and how that has affected us to how we try to bond to our children. And so, like, so the words are different on purpose because parents bond to their children. We may, like, use the word attachment, and that's fine, but the idea is that children are meant to be attached, and then we have a bond because we have, you know, may have multiple children, or we have attachments to other people who aren't children. So Raising a Secure Child is, like, one of my top books that is really, really accessible. Like, with the language it uses, it doesn't try to be, like, high and mighty. It doesn't try to be like super therapy speak. It's just really, really good information that helps us reflect on how we grew up and then how that actually impacts and it's specifically what you said, like that instance of, like, him, like, going out and then you were more comfortable with him being close, but he was getting comfortable leaving. And so there's the circle of security is, like, the concept behind this book. And so the circle being, like, when they go out and come back in. And so there's that circle where the hands and the child is going out or coming back in. So really cool book, and I love it.
That sounds super cool. Yeah, because, like, I'd never really thought about it before, because I knew that my job was to equip my child to be his own person. I didn't know, because obviously I've never been a parent before, I didn't anticipate that I was going to be what would stop him as well.
Yeah.
You know, like, that's something that nobody tells you before you become a parent. They don't say, hey, so your job is to make them a successful child so they can become a successful teenager, so that they can become a successful adult. And that's a lot of pressure as it is, but they don't tell you, but by the way, you're also going to be very possibly the reason that they don't become successful.
Yes.
Like, that's so much pressure.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is.
And it's just crazy that, like, we are allowed to just go out and know nothing about this stuff and just raise a child.
Yeah. More about the car seat at the hospital than, like, are you ready to, like, be alone with a child and take care of the child and attach them to and all that? Like,
oh my goodness, I know. Did you have the experience that, like, the first night when you were home from the hospital where you're, like, you're sitting in your bed and you're holding the baby and you're like, they let me come home with this?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And I, like, put my baby in the bassinet and I'm like, I guess I sleep. I don't know.
Right. What do I do now? I can't just stare. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. No, we had so I was meant to do a birthing center, and then this actually goes into my story a little bit. There was a pretty coerced induction process. So they put me in like a low risk area on the regular floor rather than the birthing center section, because it was a hospital birthing center. So we stayed just like a little over 24 hours. And so it was like when we got in the car that I was like, well, guess we're going home now.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Yeah. My goodness. It's so crazy. But it's also like that experience like pressed play on my life, you know? Like, yeah. I could talk about motherhood for hours and never get tired, but we should get back to questions.
Okay. Sounds good. We must.
I know. I love that topic. Let's see. Oh, what was the first ever craft that you sold?
So I dabbled. I'm trying to think. I didn't really sell anything as a kid. Like, I feel like I made things here and there. I dabbled in doing resin, like resin, like alphabets for like a very, very quick minute. Like, I made a couple for family members just to try it out. And I made one for ourselves. And then I was like, this is not conducive to having an infant because this stuff has to cure forever.
Yeah.
And so I very quickly like packed that stuff away. It's still in our basement. Like we moved and we still have it. So like I'm going to have to get rid of it in some way, shape or form. But yeah, so technically I didn't sell that, but yeah. And then I just jumped into doing tumblers, and here we are a year and a half later.
There you go. I love that. Is there a craft that you like want to get into?
I want to get into so many crafts.
Sounds familiar.
So the enamel pin thing, maybe. But I actually really want to do prints. And so like just like really nice cardstock prints, whether it's designs that I've already done or like new ones. I just really like the idea of like intentional art in our homes. Yeah. And so not necessarily watercolor. I've never tried painting. I've done like hand lettering and stuff like that. I've dabbled in that just for my own fun. Yeah. So maybe something that involves that, but probably prints for sure. Yeah. I'll eventually add that into it. I still, on my website, I still have stickers coming soon because I have like the stuff for that, but I have not, like I literally cleaned my office today and I don't think I've like done a deep clean since January. So
sounds familiar.
I have all the stuff for it. But it's the matter of like learning it and doing it well before trying to sell it. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Prints and stickers, I would say.
I love it. Those are fun. Yeah. If you ever want any sticker advice or just to chat, like I'm always here.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see.
Sticker people.
Sticker life.
Okay, so what's the weirdest personalized craft you've ever been commissioned to make?
Oh my gosh. I actually kind of wondered if someone was going to ask this. I'm trying to think. I've had some weird requests. There is only one that someone like bought and then told me the design, and I was like, oh, okay.
What was it?
So, I mean, it's not that bad. It's more of like a personal preference situation.
Sure, yeah.
So the one that I got paid to do, and then I'll tell you one that I got asked about like in October or something. So the one I got paid to do was a sippy cup. So like the things I keep in stock in my shop are like the regular 20 ounce and 15 ounce tumblers. So like
the common sizes.
Yes, common sizes. And then not a lot of people in my area do these, but like the stainless steel mug. And so I don't really keep sippy cups on hand, but every once in a while I'll have like one blank one ready to go because people will ask me about it. Yeah. And then like at markets I'll do kid bottles, but I don't really keep those in stock. So someone at a market was like, yeah, I really need to buy a sippy cup for my grandson. Like, you know, blah, blah, blah. I want to do that. And I was like, cool. Yeah. You know, checking her out or whatever. And like, as she's checking out, so then like this really like big, like, thing coming over me as she's telling me, she's like, yeah, so I need it to be custom, and you can like do an Etsy design or whatever, but I need it to be a beer can. And I was like, okay. And this was like a year ago. So I was so new into this. I was like having to like separate like personal ideas of having a child look like they're drinking from a beer can.
Oh my gosh.
Like, because beer is fine, right? Like,
yeah,
it's fine. But it's the idea of like, they thought it was hilarious. Like, she was explaining this to me, like, this is a family joke. Like, we went trying to find someone to do this. And I'm like, okay, cool. I guess you paid me, so I'm doing it.
So, like, they can't find somebody to do it because nobody wants to do that.
Yeah, I got a design off Etsy for it, which, I mean, it was, like, okay for commercial or whatever. It was meant for that. But I'm like, this literally is a thing. Like, they just...
no, thank you.
So I'm like, cool, your kid's going to have a sippy cup that looks like they're drinking beer, and it's going to be a family joke, and he's going to grow up traumatized, and it's fine. But
good for you.
It was probably no big deal. It probably was.
No,
but I had to, like, check myself on the judgment. And I was like, okay, you know what? It's whatever. It's a family joke. But when she picked it up for me...
Go ahead.
When she picked it up for me, she was like, yeah, like, I kind of saw the look on your face whenever I ordered it. Like, and I was like, yeah, no, I can't hide my face in those moments. Like, I have, like, a therapist face, but I didn't prepare for that.
Oh my gosh. I was going to say, but you're a therapist.
Yeah. No, I have a therapist face, but...
Oh my word. That is so funny. But, like, okay, so... I'm hoping that it's just that, like, the mom or the dad or somebody drinks beer, and then the child sits next to them drinking their water, you know, and then they just thought it would be really cute if their mini-me looked exactly the same. Like, that's what I'm hoping.
Yeah. I think there was some story about him, like, grabbing an empty beer can, or I don't even know if she said it was empty, but I hope it was.
Oh, God.
And, like, walking around the house with it. I'm like... Okay, cool. I'm the reporter. How much more do I need to hear about this?
Oh my gosh.
No, it was okay.
Oh,
it was just a really
like,
weird thing.
So uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can't even imagine. Even imagine. I was like horrified when John told me that Liam had like one of his what was it? We don't drink any alcohol. It was like it was some sort of beverage in a can. I forget. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like, is there caffeine in that? You know? And John's like, no, there's nothing in it. There's nothing bad in it. And I was like, okay, good. Because, like, he gave him a sip. And I was like, oh my God. What?
Right.
Oh, we're just talking about, like, children. He's like, what did I do later? Okay. Nothing. Yeah. No, it was actually really funny. I think it was tea. I forget.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was like, oh
yeah. That was an experience.
Oh man, yeah, I can't even imagine. So wait, what was the one you said that like you didn't end up making?
Yeah, so I mean, people, you know, they say like, oh, I'll buy this, you know, I'll be in contact. Like, I don't plan on those.
Yeah.
But there was one that I was like, I really, really don't plan on this, so please don't contact me because I'm gonna have to tell you no.
Yeah.
Because it was like for a friend's kid or something. And so she had like come into my booth at a market in October and she had bought something. And it was like a bluey one. Like my husband had like used the character, but then like added a bunch of stuff to it. And the design says rad kid. And there's like a rad mom and a rad dad one.
Yeah.
And so they bought the rad one. And initially when they picked it up, they thought it said bad kid and they thought that was hilarious. And I was like, no, we're not going to speak that over our children. Like, no, rad with an R. So I'm like, okay. So that was kind of like how it started. And then she was like, yeah, so our friend, I'm pretty sure she said it was a 1-year-old birthday party.
Oh no.
Maybe 2, maybe 3, but I think 1. And she was like, yeah, we're going to do our friends. They're going to do like a Chucky themed party.
No.
Yeah. And I was like, I, again, had to, like, separate. I was like, okay, personally, horror, not my thing. Like, I know a lot of people are fine with it. Totally fine. Like,
yeah.
But then that part of me that was like, oh my gosh, but for a child and, like, to invite that in. And I'm like, oh, this child has no control over it. And they're just going to have, like, this scary face on a cup. Like, please don't ask me to do that.
I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
Just
so
like,
that was really hard. But she didn't buy it then, so I didn't have to say, like, I didn't have to give her the spiel of, like, hey, this is not my personal thing, like,
yeah,
so it's a hard balance, so.
Why is it always for children, my gosh? That's so sad. Give them things with bears and foxes. Seriously.
All the animals.
Give them cute, cuddly, fuzzy animals.
Right.
Or like balloons or the stars. I don't know. Something cute.
Right. We have so many options.
There's so much. Oh man. Yeah, that's I don't like that. And like you said, like not speaking that like over our children, like that's where I'm at too. Like I don't want to like put those things on my child. Obviously I'm not into horror either, but like the bad kid thing, like I can't even imagine, you know, like that's just so not okay, because then they're gonna hear that and it's gonna get into their head. So yeah, like that. I saw this reel that made me so sad because of that, because this person, she had her daughter like trying on different outfits, and it was like the outfit that grandma picked out for her, the outfit that mom picked out for her, and then the outfit that she picked out, and there was a different song playing for each outfit. And when she played the video where she's in the outfit that the child picked out for herself, there was a song playing that was so inappropriate, I felt, that it just kind of made me sick. And I can't remember if I blocked the person or not. I was like, I can't live with this. But it was it was the theme song from the show Caillou, which we all know is not a great show, but a lot of the words had been replaced with profanity. And it was talking about how, like, it was like, I'm just an effing kid, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, so you really don't care about your child and their choices, and you don't respect them at all? Like, it was disgusting. Like, it was truly, and that's how I feel about stuff like that. I'm like, this child has no say, you know? Yeah. Like, we have the say for the child. So, like, we shouldn't be doing this. Like, we can't give them a cup that says something like that, you know?
Right.
Oh, it's awful. It's awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think intentionality is so important, and like we only have control over how we treat our kids and what we model for them. Like it's so much like do as I do and not so much do as I say. And so if we're not modeling that, even talking about ourselves kindly, like, or the, you know, the other people in the family or the people that are around, like it's so important. So yeah. Oh, I know. I'm so with you. It's Hugh.
Oh my goodness. Oh, hello, Hugh. How's it going, bestie? Lurking and working. Aw, thanks so much, buddy. We were just talking about therapy things.
Just therapy things.
Just therapy things. Let's see. So the next question was, what's the weirdest thing you've had happen at a craft fair? But I feel like that was probably it, right?
I think I answered it. But that is actually, I have a few things.
Yeah?
So, it takes all kinds of kinds.
Yes.
I'm just going to say that.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. One time I will say this one was such a wild situation, but I was so stubborn and I didn't want to leave. Like June of this year, we had a week that was basically like a week of like a monsoon. It was insanely rainy. And so we went to a market that was like not very far from our house. And so I was like, you know what? I'm just going to stick it out. I'm just going to be here. And like some tumblers like knocked on the ground because of the wind. And then there was like water running like under the tent for like the first half hour. And so we had to like keep scooting the tent away from like the curb. And then we were next to a bubble bus that they didn't reduce the amount of bubbles, even though like it was rainy. And it was like some teenage girls. So they were just doing what they were told. And they just kept putting the bubbles out. They were like, okay, well, we've got these buckets. We got to use it at this event. Like, we're just going to do it. And it ended up that we were down to like 5 vendors, and we were one of them. And the bubble people were another one. And all the bubbles like got into our tent, like coated my tumblers, like the film of the bubbles. That was so awful.
That's terrible, because then you're gonna have to wash every single one
Yeah, my husband did that for me because I was like, I can't take care of this tonight. So then he did it.
Oh my word.
Yeah. Yeah, and then there's just like a weird, I don't know if it's like our area or not, but there's been just some weird like vendor interactions. Like at one point there was someone who had just like one little bubble gun, and she had like I don't know if they have anybody in your area who does it, but it's like a 360-degree like photo thing to where you stand on a pedestal and then you have a phone camera and it spins around. So she had some bubbles for herself, and this was a different market, like this spring or something. And the people on the other side of us, because they were on our left, no, they were on our right, she was on our left. And so the wind was carrying it. There was somebody, one of the vendors was like, stop with the bubbles, like so many times throughout the event. And I was like, can we just not be here? But
man,
people, it takes all kinds of things, and I will say that. And so I'm not.
No, absolutely. It's apparently just, you're just not a fan of bubbles.
Yes, I am. Bubbles follow me at this point.
Bubbles follow me. Oh my goodness. I love it. Okay, so Liv has redeemed FMK, and she says that Hugh has to play along. So Hugh, if you're listening, we're gonna do FMK, and I'm sorry to tell you, but you have to play along, and we are doing the men only wheel. So, so let's go ahead and spin the wheel and see where your fortunes lie.
Liv goes, I hope I never see myself in 360. It is an interesting experience. It really is.
Okay, your first person is Oscar.
Oh.
We don't know Oscar at all.
He can be whoever I want him to be.
Yeah, he could be a good guy or a bad guy. Okay, speaking of bad guy, Lewis Chandler.
Oh.
Can only go up from here, right?
Right.
And finally, Patrick Dowsett.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
Okay, remind me, what game is Patrick in? Is this from Ned?
Shattered Medallion, yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Sits on a big old rock.
Mm-hmm.
I actually quite love him.
He's an interesting one for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let's see if I'm fighting Lewis. Like, that is a very clear, like, yes. And then it was, wait, who was the other? Patrick, and who else?
Oscar,
that's right. Okay. I feel like Oscar has mob connections. Like, I don't know, like, if I want to marry him or just kiss him, because, like, if I marry him, I'm, like, in the family, and if he is who I think he is, there's, like, mobbing or, like, illicit activity.
I can't wait.
What'd you say?
I can't wait. Like, if this is true, I'm gonna be like, Abby!
Right? He just seems like it. I mean, just the little bit I've seen, like, that's where my gut is going. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But yeah, I feel like he's super mob activity. So I think I'll just, like, kiss him, or, like, you know, have, like, a little restaurant date or whatever, kiss, and then leave. And then I'll just marry Patrick.
Is it the suspicious Italian restaurant where there's no other patrons?
Have you seen that?
Yes!
I just saw that this week.
Yes!
On Facebook. It was suggested for me.
Yes, I freaking love that story so much. It's so funny. But, like, okay, for everybody who isn't aware, if you've never seen this online, I'm sure everybody has. But if you haven't seen it, there's a story of this person said they, like, were with their significant other. They were really hungry. They wanted Italian. They found a local Italian place. They went inside. There were no other people inside. And they, like, just kind of seated themselves, and there's, like, men in suits coming in and going straight to the kitchen, and, like, a little old lady comes out, and she's like, oh my gosh, like, I'm gonna make you the best friggin' meal. And she makes them, like, a 13-course Italian meal. They didn't order anything. She just made them food. and then sent them on their way, told them not to pay, and they didn't realize. And then they went back a couple months later and it was gone. So that's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. The mob connections there.
Yeah, like there weren't menus or anything, and I was like, oh, that's a sign. That's something.
I mean, like, the men in suits going straight to the kitchen, like, are you stupid? Like, we've all watched TV.
Right.
I know.
That's so funny.
Oh.
Must have been nervous about the date or something, because
I know.
to not notice that.
I know.
Would be interesting.
Oh, Liv says, I hope he is Mafia. That way we can say, if I had a nickel for every time her designed a smoking hot man with dark features and a Mafia connection, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but...
But it's weird that it happened twice.
Oh, so good. So good. Okay. Back to business. What's one piece of advice you have for someone wanting to start their own small business?
Ooh. Man, okay. Don't rush into it. And this is gonna be like more than one piece of advice, because I can never give just one, especially because as a therapist I can't give advice, so I have to keep all of it to myself. So here I am giving advice. Not rushing into it, not worrying about scarcity, and that's gonna be my overarching thing, because a lot of people rush into things because they're worried that someone else is going to do it first, or that, they're going to miss the trend or whatever. And that really like sets up a lot of like risky, hurried business.
Not to mention stress. I speak from like experience.
Yeah. So much stress. And then you lose your authenticity.
Yep.
And the authenticity is what sustains you as a business. So like it's not just like your face, but it's like the brand that you create, whether you have like 5 followers, 500, 5,000, like at the end of the day, it's you. So if you don't have a foundation for like who you are, what message you're putting out there, whatever your product is, then it's going to lose the authenticity. And then you're going to be doing things based out of fear, and fear-based decisions, as many of us have experienced in various ways in our life, do not end well. And so whether it's now or later, it's not going to end well. So whatever it is, like you can jump in and do it, but like not in a rushing way. More like, okay, I've thought this out, and it's better to just jump in and dive in. Yeah. And I feel like one day I'm going to write a book on scarcity mindset, because that's prevalent, not just in the small business world, but just in general, and in life, and like comparing ourselves to others. So yeah. And the last, a little piece of it would say, like, make sure the taxes are, if you're going to sign up, make sure you know what you're doing about taxes. And if you pick quarterly taxes, you better be paying them quarterly, even if they don't send you a return notice. So
wow. That's some really good advice. I have a question though.
Yeah.
Can you explain what the scarcity mindset is?
Yes. So my definition of it, because I haven't like an Oxford Dictionary definition of it, but just the idea that like there's not room for everyone at the table. And so whenever we have, like, when we buy into this mindset, it's like there's not going to be enough for me if I'm late to it, or if I'm not like other people, if I don't fit myself into this mold, there's not going to be enough for me. And whatever the enough item or concept is, like, it's not true. Like, there's always room for enough. And so the table just keeps getting bigger. It's not that there's just so many spaces. There's not just that there's so much room for people to sit there. So yeah, I've seen it a lot lately, like in my local small business area. There's been a lot of stuff happening. Women creating competition with other women. We do it to each other quite a lot, unfortunately.
Sure do.
Yeah. And so we just, it goes back to, in my mind, like, scarcity mindset is like the overarching thing, but like foundationally to that, I think, is like a lack of understanding of our worth and like our inherent worth as humans, as people created in God's image. So if we rest in that, we can actually like not buy into scarcity, or at least not buy into it as much, and then we realize like where it's coming from. So
yeah. Oh, I hope all my small business girlies were listening to this, because I sure needed to hear that, and I'm sure we all did. So, like, thank you for that, Abby. That was so good.
Of course. I have to remind myself of it. This doesn't mean I've arrived at it. It's just a really, really important thing for me.
Yeah, because like I feel like I go back and forth between like doing things right and wrong, you know? Where like I'll be like, oh my gosh, I love that there are all these other shops that are doing the same thing as me, because I get to like I'm gonna buy this from them. I don't have to make it, you know? Yeah. But then other times there's competition there. And like then there's like, well, I just made that and now you just made the exact same thing, you know? Like there's a lot of like back and forth there. So like I definitely need to be more on the back than the forth, you know?
Yeah.
But it's hard, especially in a small niche like the Clue Crew, where like I don't want anybody to feel in competition with me, because I want there to be more creators, you know? Like I want to support you guys, you know? Like I don't want you to be like, oh man, Lemon Pepper Creations, no, they've been doing this for 4 years. Like I can't compete with that. Yes, you can, but you don't have to compete.
Right,
you know?
exactly.
Yeah. So bring on the creations, you guys. Yeah. Where did we leave off? Oh, this is a really fun question. I love this question. Okay. This is so much less, like, depth.
Okay, that's fine.
Which one of your tumblers do you think that Nancy would buy?
Oh.
Isn't that fun? I love that.
Interesting. Yes. Okay, so style-wise, I don't have it within reach. And I wasn't getting them in bulk, and the place I was getting them from individually doesn't sell them anymore. So sadly, I'll have to figure out. But there is a thermos that would fit very nicely in a backpack.
Ooh.
And it has like a little screw off little cap. And you can either like drink straight from it because you have like a pop top, or you can like pour into a little really cute little cup. Yes. So I think style wise, it would be that.
Yeah.
And then I think pattern-wise, I don't know. Like initially, I'm thinking like a very like solid color that would kind of blend in, be inconspicuous. And then another part of me is like, maybe something like reminiscent of just like the different things that she's had that we see throughout the games. Or even like the horse shirt. Like she could have just like a horse pattern. Like I kind of want to do that and just have like the horse face all over a tumbler.
Yes.
I would love to do that. That just popped into my head. But yes, I think she would do something like that, and I think she would have the thermos version.
I love that.
Because it's like, you know, stainless steel, keeps it hot or cold, whatever climate she's in, she can use that. So
yeah, absolutely. Oh my goodness. That reminds me, for anybody who likes the horse design, go to my merch shop. Just do it. Just trust me. Type exclamation point merch into the shop and just go look right now. Like, I'm not kidding. So if you like the horse design, I think I got you covered. But if you want a thermos, then Abby's gonna have to cover you. Yeah. I am able to make some drinkware with my merch store, but I don't tend to keep that in the shop. Like, I think I have a water bottle available right now, and that's it, you know, but it's like a plastic thing. Like, Abby has way better stuff, so like, go buy from her. So thanks. Yes. Oh, thank you, Casey. She's checking out my merch.
Yes, I love it.
Yes, you guys. If you like the horse.
Liv, did you see Liv? I think she would like the Clover design. So she went to Ireland. What?
No, did she?
Oh, me too, girl. Like, what? Imagine.
Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see. What's next? Will you make a Game 34 cup, since coffee seems to be a theme?
Oh. Yeah, I think I want to do a mug for it. Because I did have like the like all the different icons.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. Yeah.
Yeah. So the little licensed icons, I did that, and then I just said like ready for game 34. So I don't know if I'll wait until it comes out, but I do have some things brewing. No pun intended. But I just say that all the time, and I'm like, this now it sounds like a pun.
I mean,
if the boot fits.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I will. I have a couple things that are like partially designed that I've been making for Nancy Drew, but not the ones that I'm kind of thinking for Game 34. So
yeah. Okay. Well, we will just have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. All the shiny glittery things. Yes. It's awesome. Thank you, you guys. Thank you. I worked so hard. Yeah. I made the horse design for the shirt for the reel that Her Interactive and Carter like hired me to do. And then I was like, I need to do more with this. This is too fun.
Yeah. Yeah. So no, I mean, it's perfect.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. There you go. Okay.
Intend the pun. Okay, Tori, I intend it.
What was your favorite part about studying abroad in Dublin?
Oh goodness. Okay. I love the vibe of the city.
Yeah.
I loved that it was a routine, but yet it was very like hustling, bustling. I could do things before going back to my homestay. I could just like walk everywhere.
Super nice. Yeah.
Yeah. So I interned at a library because what I wanted to do was intern at like a publishing company, and they didn't have a connection for that.
Yeah.
Which was fine because like I got to meet some really cool people who worked there. But the top thing I think, like aside from like it's Ireland, was being able to visit like all the different places. And that literally means like I took like bus tours. They had like one or two companies that had options for that.
Yeah.
And so like on weekends, or like I had a spring break, and then I had a few weeks, like 2 or 3 weeks, I think, at the end of like the end of my schooling between that and when I left to come home.
Yeah.
And so I literally got to travel like the entire country, because
so cool.
if you drive from one side to the other, it's like a 9-hour drive. Like it's nothing in the grand scheme of the United States.
Yeah.
And so I got to see all of that. And then during spring break, though, I did get to go to Brussels, which was cool because we did Brussels and Bruges in Belgium. And that was like right before that like bombing incident in Belgium, which was really kind of scary that like I got back from that and saw that happened. But specifically going all over Ireland and doing things that like my mom would be horrified that I was like traveling alone and living in hostels and sleeping in a bunk bed, and like in the top bunk was a male, and I was like, what is happening? But that's great.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Well, that's really such an amazing experience though. Like as a young person to have gotten to travel, like that's incredible. I would venture to say that most of us aren't that fortunate to, get to travel that much or at all, so that's really amazing that you got that opportunity and you got to experience all those amazing things. And I know it really helped like shape who you are as a person. So I love that.
Yeah. 20 years old. I planned my entire college around being able to go there.
I love it.
Yeah. I like when I went to college, I got an academic scholarship that helped me be able to like save for doing that. And so really
so nice.
Really fortunate, really blessed.
That's really, really special. Also, for the people in the chat who are saying that they've never left the country, same. So like, don't feel bad. A lot of us are in the same boat.
But it's hard to leave the country. Like it really is an ordeal.
Yeah, but then it's so crazy. Like, so for those of us who are Americans, like you were saying, like 9 hours was the entire country. Like that would probably, that wouldn't even get me to you. Like, because I know where, I'm not going to say I know where you are geographically, and it wouldn't even get me to you. I would still have quite a bit of driving to do. Like, it's so...
Like, it's a 1.5 times, probably.
Yeah. So Yeah, like it's insane. Like to think, I mean, I live in a pretty small state, okay? I can probably travel the entirety of my state in less than 4 hours. Like top to bottom from where I am. Not like going sideways, but like top to bottom, I can do that in less than 4 hours. And I do.
Yeah.
Actually, because I'm on the bottom and my in-laws are on the top. So, like I regularly do that. So like that's literally like, I mean, it's a little less than half, but like of the whole country, you know? So that's wild. That's wild because like what, 9 hours would get me into, like upstate New York or Canada, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somewhere maybe
Which
in
is
Tennessee.
Yeah, if I were to go that way. No, Tennessee is not that far away. I don't know. It would get me to Georgia, maybe? Maybe,
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Might not even be. I don't know. We'll see.
Right.
Next time I go on a trip, I'll let you know.
Right.
But like, it's just wild
to
to me. Like, oh my goodness. Yeah. I've gone to like Ohio in a day. There we go. I could get to Ohio.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
In that amount of time. There you go.
Yeah, Ohio.
Which is so wild because it's several states away, and that's the whole country. So yeah. And that's only like here I am and here's Ohio.
Yeah. It's like, oh, there's the rest of the US.
Yeah. I know. Oh my goodness. I traveled with my mom just like a year before I got married, I think. It was like maybe 2018. And my mom and I traveled just for funsies, we went to like the Creation Museum and the Ark Encounter and visited my sister's in-laws and just did some cool stuff,
Yeah.
And it was more driving than I'd ever done. But like it would be like, 9 hours in the car and we barely got anywhere. Like the farthest we went was probably Ohio. We went into Tennessee,
Right.
It wasn't much. But okay, I've gone off on a tangent here.
That's okay.
Okay, so this isn't a question, it's a request. And you can bring this to Morgan if you don't like it. So the request is, can you post a reel of you as Renee rating your cups?
Oh.
Which I thought was a kind of a cool idea.
Okay. Yeah, I can try.
There you go. There you go. There's your request. And here's an actual question. What is your favorite Bible verse?
Ooh. I think when I was younger, I picked out Philippians 1:21, which is a very like seemingly not my personality, even at the time, but it says, "For me to live as Christ and to die as gain."
Yeah.
And so just this idea of like at the end of it all, like whatever is like to live as Christ, to die as gain. So whatever happens in life, like living for Christ.
Yeah.
And so that was a really helpful verse. Like at that time, I think part of it was I was in like a kind of a toxic Bible study atmosphere, unfortunately. But I was memorizing Philippians through like just some prompting of people who were leading the Bible study. And so that verse really stuck out to me.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of like been an anchor. But I also, more recently, it's somewhere in, I think it's Proverbs 27. But it talks about like, I will see the goodness of God in the land of the living. And so just that hope that like, we don't have to wait till heaven until things are better or things feel good. But we can hold on to that hope. So like more that intentional, like I will see that.
Oh, I love that.
Which has been really, it's been really helpful. Even just like holding that hope without even saying it with clients. Because like a lot of my clients aren't Christians. And so I'm not going to incorporate that into sessions without their request, but just be able to hold hope for them whenever they feel like they can't hold the hope. Just feeling like you can see the goodness of God. And so that's been a really, really good verse for me lately. So
I love that. That is a really good verse. And I love that you do that because, like, so I'm not a therapist, but I feel like in just life, for anyone who is a believer, that we don't have to go around shouting Jesus words at people for them to know that we're Christians, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I've always felt that I can show, like, the hope and the joy and, like, all the goodness and the peace just by, like, how I act and, like, how I speak. And I think that that's really a huge part of that is, like to hold that hope, we have to be hopeful, you know?
Yeah.
And I've always thought, like, I don't need to go around sharing a testimony or giving out tracts or, you know, like saying, hey, you should go read the Bible in order to show people that they need Jesus. I want them to see the hope in me. I want them to see the peace and wonder where I get my peace and wonder where I get my hope and where I get my joy. And, like, just be like, oh, well, that's different, you know? And I think that that's a huge part of that is, like, yeah, we're gonna see, like, we want to, like the verse says, we want to hold the hope, but we have to be God's hands and feet there, you know? Because you're not gonna see it if you're not doing it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I love that, Abby. I love it.
Yeah.
Love
yeah.
it.
There's even on kind of tagging on before going to the next question, like, there's a verse somewhere, I don't remember where it is, so I don't want to say the wrong
It's okay.
book, but it might be somewhere in Peter, like one of the Peters, but talking about, like, being ready to give an answer. So like, we can do the both and of, like, do, like, let our lives reflect him, like, show Jesus to people without, like, bashing people over the head, but then also being ready to give that answer, being ready to, like, listen to the prompting of the Holy Spirit.
Absolutely.
When we do need to step in and be like, hey, like, yeah, like, this is how I go through this situation. Like, I have this hope, and that may not be for you, but this is how I go through it. And if you're interested, we can talk more about it.
Yeah.
So I'm not, like, I've never been very good at, like, the, my top spiritual gift is not evangelizing, but, like,
Same.
but it's important in different contexts, but, like, to at least have that answer ready to be able to say, like, this is where I have my hope.
Yeah, exactly.
Really
because,
helpful.
like, I went to Liberty and I took a lot of Bible classes, but I am not the person that you should go to for, like, biblical scholar stuff. You know, like, I've got a Bible dictionary over there, but listen, I can't tell you where everything is in the Bible. Like, I can do my best, but I am going to fall short. So, like, seriously, there's still stuff that I can say, you know? Like, if somebody were to be like, well, like, you say you have anxiety, but you seem like you're really peaceful right now. I'm like, well, I just prayed, you know?
Right.
Like, I get it from God, you know?
Yep. So,
yeah, like, there's always something that can be said, and there's always something that can be done, and there's always something that can be shown, no matter what, like what you said, no matter what your spiritual gift is, because I am certainly not into evangelizing. That is not my conviction, man. Not me at all. But I love to be able to smile at people and show people that, like, you can be happy in a extremely dark and fallen world. Yeah. Tori got her master's degree from Liberty. Tori, that's our alma mater. Well, I only got a associate's degree from there, and then I dropped out. But, you know,
peace out, Liberty.
Bye.
Yes.
Amazing. I was never on campus. I could not afford to go to college, so I took online classes from the cheapest place that I could find. Not that it was cheap, because it certainly wasn't. But
cheapest.
I have less than 30,000 instead of 80,000 in debt. So, yay! Oh,
girl math, right?
Oh goodness. Okay, one more question before we do a round of FMK, and this is a really easy one. Do you prefer coffee or tea?
Ooh. Coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I like tea and it has its place. I used to not really be a tea drinker.
Yeah.
But I have to be careful about coffee, like, with my gut, but I definitely love it more. So
I mean, I think we all have to be careful with coffee for some reason or another.
This is so true. So true.
Tori, you did online too? We are just the same. No judgment, Susie. All I've got is an associate's degree as well from a community college. Hey! Clapping for community college girlies and boys as well. I'm sorry. Just most of my viewership is girlies. I'm sorry, but just yes, community college is wonderful. So very, very good. Yes, love it all. Where was I going with that? Oh,
you said FMK.
Yes, FMK. And to tag on to what we were just talking about, I changed the game of FMK because I wanted it to be clean. Because I wanted it to be glorifying to Jesus. Okay, so your first person is KJ Paris, who is the phone character, phone contact from Haunted Carousel. For anybody who does not remember. Oh, look, another phone contact. Hugh Pendlin, who we all love to hate, except for Maggie.
Oh no.
And then Wade Thornton, who is above and beyond the best person on this list. So
oh man. Is KJ, is that the person who helped fix the carousel? Or I thought that was someone.
No, KJ Paris is the what's it called? His profession is like helping people out of prison.
Oh, parole officer?
That's the one.
Oh,
That's the one. He's the parole officer.
Ooh.
Right? Am I correct? Somebody, if I'm wrong, somebody in the chat please correct me. I know he's from Car, but I feel like it's the parole officer. But if I'm wrong,
I think it has to be because the other one is Tank, right?
Tank, yeah. And he's the carousel guy. And but there's also, right? Isn't there also somebody else that we talked to? No, we talked to the female character as well.
Yeah.
So that would.
Was it someone the connection for the park?
Oh, I don't remember. Yeah, okay, let's just go with parole officer. Okay. We'll go with that. Sorry, I made this way too complicated.
No, it's totally fine. Okay, so easy one, marrying Wade. Like that's very obvious. Just a little bit of therapy and we are good to go. Premarital counseling is not going to cut it, but he can be on his own too. Like, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we are fighting and kissing.
Yeah.
He's
the policeman.
He's a policeman? Oh, the cop that worked on the jewel heist. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. I felt like I was wrong, but I just couldn't. Okay. Thank you, guys.
Though. You were in the right field.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Law.
Yeah.
Ish.
Law-ish.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you guys so much. Oh my word.
I love it.
Okay, there's a police cop that worked on the heist. Thank you so much. I love police cops.
Police cops. I love it.
I love it so much.
Thank you.
Okay, so we were fighting.
I'm fighting Hugh.
Okay,
like,
yes.
Very, very easily fighting Hugh. Even if it's on the phone, I will win. Like,
yeah.
And then I guess I'm kissing KJ. I guess that's what's happening.
Kissing the police cop.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
Love it. Love it. Okay, but also, like, seriously, Wade, I think that's the first time that Wade has ever shown up on the wheel. I love Wade.
I do. I love him too.
Would die for Wade. Wade is an amazing person. So just love him so much. All right. So I don't know if you can make this happen, but Your next question is, show us your dog, please.
Oh gosh, I don't know if I can.
It's okay.
I will try.
Yeah.
He'll come in, but I'm gonna have to go get him. Hold on.
Yeah, go for it. Oh my word. Okay, let's read the chat while she is going. Okay, let's see. Lauren loves both coffee and tea. Have to be careful with coffee. Yes, coffee is dangerous. You drink tea, but you don't drink coffee, Josh? What kind of tea do you like, Josh? Let me know. Okay, so Elle wants to fight KJ Paris, marry Hugh, because you want the mansion, and kiss Wade. Very nice. A dog!
This is gonna be so loud, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Oh, what a beautiful
He doesn't
dog.
know what's happening. Hey, look at Susie.
Hi, doggy.
Just look. He's looking everywhere but at you.
Oh, he's so beautiful.
Copper, say hi. He's like, I'm not used to being in this room. He's not allowed on the drinkware, and I actually have a design that, ironically, is it says there's probably pet hair floating.
Oh yeah, that one's so funny.
And one time I was unpacking at a market, and it had one of his hairs in the box, and he's not even allowed in here. So it was really funny. But now it's a spiel that I get to tell people at markets that it really happened in real life. So.
Oh my gosh, I love it so much. Oh, Morgan, are you seeing the doggy? Yeah, Morgan is seeing the doggy. Okay, good. Okay. He is so cute. Oh, hello.
He doesn't know what's happening.
I love it. What kind of dog is he? Is he a mix?
No, he's an Aussie Shepherd.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. His mom was a mini, his dad was a full. So he is like middle size. He's like 45 pounds.
John, do you want to see an Aussie? John's running.
Not Charity, sorry.
She has a beautiful doggy.
Oh gosh.
Hold on. She's cutting in and out just a little bit, but like,
really
hold on.
bright in here?
There we go.
Ah.
Look at her beautiful doggy.
Oh, Kyle would be very happy.
Wait, look how beautiful.
Do you want an Aussie now?
I still want a dachshund. What? Yes, I stole your mug. Leave me alone. We live together. We are married. We can share mugs.
This is my mug.
I should not have brought him in here.
So I need
well,
details.
Then now you can buy Susie her own mug.
How old is he?
He's 4.5.
Is he crazy or is he a chill Aussie?
He was crazy for 3 years.
He
is somewhat chill.
So, for the viewers at home that haven't heard this, I work at a dog kennel. We have a ton of Aussies. We have one named Jake. He runs laps around our yard, and there's actually a slight faded line because he drags his butt. So you can see in the right sunlight where Jake has just dragged his butt along the chain link fence because he's been boarding with us on and off for like 2 years. Yeah, Aussies are great. 10 out of 10. Bye.
Love it. Thank you. Thank you for joining.
I think we stay on off the couch.
Oh my word. Too funny. Okay, so thank you for showing us the dog.
You're welcome. He enjoyed every minute of looking around the room.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Aussies are beautiful, but high energy and high maintenance. Yeah, I've heard.
Yeah. Emotionally high maintenance too. It's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah. Really? Man.
I say that as a therapist, but I don't want to be my dog's therapist. Like, it's too much.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine? Aussies are so pretty. My friend has a wonderful one. He's precious. Oh, I love that. There are so many wonderful Aussies out there. Yes. So many wonderful doggies out there. Just the best. The best. So, John, you probably have heard, viewers, that John was like, well, you want an Aussie now? No, I want a dachshund really badly. I love little dogs. Like, big dogs are fine. Medium dogs are great. But, like, little guys, oh, I love them. So, if they're, like, under 30 pounds, I just, like, give me. So, I want a dachshund real bad. and we've been talking about it lately, and we found like a rescue, and like they don't really have anything right now. Not that I need a dog right now, because I really, 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 really don't. But so he's just been kind of joking with me lately, like, oh well, do you want this instead? Do you want this instead? I'm like, no.
No, I still want Toxin.
Kind of got my heart set now that we started talking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want a long-haired or regular?
I don't care. They're both amazing. Yeah. So I will take whatever dog God says he wants me to have. Yeah. You've always wanted a King Charles Spaniel. Those are so cute. I used to have a Cocker Spaniel, and she was wonderful, but very stubborn. Yeah, very, very stubborn, purebred, beautiful Spaniel, but crazy dog. Okay, so this might be a hard one, but what's your biggest Nancy Drew hot take?
Oh. I don't know. I feel like I've had one and then I've lost it. Take. Maybe, and this is one I've just kind of come up with, so I might be able to be convinced out of it.
Sure.
But like her, like asking people like the really insensitive questions, maybe she could change her tone, but maybe it's not necessarily so bad that she's asked the questions.
Honestly, yeah. I mean, sometimes we gotta talk about the hard stuff.
Yeah. And like curiosity, like, I mean, yeah, reading the newspaper and seeing that Ma died, like that's kind of a bummer.
Yeah. Yeah,
but
that one hurts. That one does hurt. Yeah.
That one does hurt, yes. But yeah, I feel like there's been a lot of hot takes that are like kind of actually not hot takes anymore because we all kind of agree. But for that one, I don't know. Maybe other people would kind of agree in that context. But I feel like maybe all the questions aren't quite so bad.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, Maggie, saw your comment in the chat that for Little Miss Drew, who wants a King Charles, she should watch Unleashing Mr. Darcy sometime, So Many Cavalier Spaniels. So that is a super cute movie. And also, I've just started reading the book. So I just love that. Did you know that there's a book? There's a book.
We do now.
So, yeah, there you go. Oh, Daniela, you want another Chihuahua? I love Chihuahuas. I had a Pomchi, and she was wonderful. So, love. Love, love, love. All right. If you had to choose between best being in a game or... Ooh! Congrats, Lauren. You just redeemed a 20% discount code, which will be sent to you very shortly. Don't let me forget. I will send it to you over Instagram. I see your name there. Honestly, I'm going to do it now because if I don't, I'm going to forget. So let's do it now. Hold on.
Go for it.
Let's see.
I'm going to let my dog out of the room.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Okay, so... Oh, okay. Your account is private, so I just requested to follow you. And the moment that I get that, I will send you your discount code. Yay! So exciting! The book is on your to be read list. Oh, it's really cute so far. I keep checking it out on Hoopla, then not reading it. Same though. I've been checking it out for several months now. Anyway, so let's see. Where was I? Oh, if you had to choose between Best Wing in a Game or George, who would you choose?
Oh, actually, this goes into my hot take as well because I typed all of this out in the Game 34 chat. George, because she needs more, like, clear-cut story on who she is. She is so underrated. Like, she is there, and, like, she's a supportive character, but so much is focused on Bess and, like, her blondness, and kind of, like, that's kind of talked up that I really want to know, like, the depth of George beyond, like, oh, she's, like, this sporty tomboy. Like,
Yeah.
I want to know the depth of, like, her interest and, like, have that more incorporated. Because she really is, like, even, like, from what I remember reading the books a long time ago as a young teen, like, that kind of was her thing, like, the sporty tomboy thing, but then there was some more depth, and I think the games have dipped in and out of that and not given her a consistent story where they could have, because she's one of the most consistent people who are like, you know, supportive characters.
Yeah. I'm with you. We need more. So I am totally with you. Hold on, I'm sending a code to Lauren.
Okay, no worries.
But also my phone is being stupid, so can you please
Liv. Was that from Liv?
What?
She said, I sent Susie some great questions this evening.
Oh, you did? Hang on. Yeah, I have 3 new messages from you. Hold on. Let me just do something real quick. Hold on, you guys.
BRB.
Oh, nope, that's the wrong person. Here we go. Okay. Here you go. Oh, there's your code, Lauren. Go get you some fun stuff.
Yay.
I love it. Okay, let's read what Liv sent. Oh my goodness. She sent me a whole list. Okay, well, you know what? We're gonna do Liv's questions last as a rapid fire round.
Oh, okay.
I haven't even read them yet.
Okay.
But that's what we're gonna do. Okay?
Sounds good.
All right. So, okay, so Ned, Frank, or Dave? Just choose. I don't know why.
In any context?
I think you're just supposed to choose because there's no context.
Dave.
Okay. But why?
I just feel like as much as he's like, he doesn't talk very much like in the context of what he's doing. I feel like if he wasn't busy like doing some work, that like we could sit down and have a good conversation. I like Frank, I like Ned obviously, but the idea of like who they are, like we know kind of like who they are and character wise. I feel like Nancy needs someone between Joe and Frank if she were not to be with Ned.
Yeah.
And I feel like Dave could be that one. I feel like he could be humorous and personable. So, yeah.
Okay, awesome. Love it. What was your first Nancy Drew game?
Shadow Ranch.
Really? How were you introduced?
So from what I remember, because I don't think it was Danger on Deception Island, and I meant to ask my mom this, but I got the Double Dare pack of Shadow Ranch and Curse of Blackmore Manor.
Yeah.
And so I got them together, and I don't remember. I think she just like came across it in a store like near my 9th birthday, which was like summertime. So maybe not. That would be 2004. So I would have to double check dates and stuff like that. But that definitely like is the forefront of my mind that was the first.
Yeah.
So then I think I played Shadow Ranch first, mostly because of them being in number order. But I think I wanted to kind of like ease my way in at, 9 years old, and then enlisted the help of the brother right above me to help me actually finish it. So.
Right. Well, those are numbers 10 and 11. So I was just like, am I right? And I just had to look at the games.
Yes.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. So what were you doing when Game 34 was announced?
Oh gosh. Let's see. April 1st. What day of the week was that? I gotta look at the day of the week because that's gonna tell me what I was doing.
I don't even remember. Hang on, I can help.
April 1st. It was a Saturday.
Okay, I wondered if it was a Saturday.
I was at a market. I was at a market that bombed.
That's so funny.
Yeah, I was at a market, but if it was released later in the day, then I was home.
I feel like it came out, I feel like I woke up to it.
Okay.
I feel like it was morning.
Yeah, then I was just like at a market chilling with no idea until I got home.
Oh, wow, that's so funny.
Yeah.
Who was your first Clue Crew friend?
I think Like, friend is in, like, talking outside of, like, the group?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it was Liv.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, that's a great person, so
Yeah.
it's a good one.
Yeah, I mean, I would have to look back to, like, fact check and stuff, but yeah.
You don't have to fact check, it's fine. Love it. Okay, if you were a character in a Nancy Drew game, would you rather be the culprit, the red herring, the phone friend, or the one who gets kidnapped?
It's so interesting. I think I would thrive either way as phone friend or the person who gets kidnapped. Mostly because I just like I've experienced enough in my life that I feel like I would like get into like fight mode.
Yeah.
And like do something about it.
There you go.
Or the phone friend where I'm like, you know, handing out the good answers even though I have no, like, I get one question and then I know like all the answers to it.
Yeah.
You know, like maybe there's something blue to look at. Like,
yeah.
There's something like that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So
love it.
Yeah.
Okay, we've had FMK redeemed. I love how I used to just do this like for nothing, and now people are spending all their hard-earned points on it.
Yes.
Oh, the evolution. Okay, so Thanos got us.
Oh dear.
So we were talking about mob earlier. Speaking of the mob. Oh my god. And Victor Lawsett.
Oh gosh.
You've been getting some winners tonight. And please give us a good one. Big Island Mike.
No. I cannot. Oh my gosh. This is terrible but wonderful at the same time. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh my gosh.
I think I would fight Big Island Mike, but I would be kind of like sneaky about it and like put something like sleeping pills or something in his snow cone. And then he would just like, you know, conk out and fall asleep for a while. And then that would be my, you know, escape route.
There you go. Yeah.
And I would marry Thanos.
Yeah.
You know, the friends close, enemies closer situation. Like, yeah, I would be protected if I was part of that mob. So,
and I mean, he's pretty cute. So
yeah, he's not bad for a video game character.
I know.
And I guess was that leaving kissing Victor.
Sorry. All right.
I guess there's that.
All right. Yeah. Love how you ended up fighting the person who just like ruined some pineapples, but like not the literal murderer.
Yeah, that's fair. That is fair. But then, see, I don't know that I would win against him. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's a good point.
I want to be alive.
Yeah, you know, that's a good point. That is a good point. Okay. Okay, and FMK was redeemed again. So one more. We're like never gonna get through these questions.
Oh no. Thank you, Elle, and I agree, Maggie. Yeah, definitely could not kiss Big Island Mike.
We are getting some really good ones tonight. Okay, so Carl Weschler.
Carl.
So good. Let's see. No, we can't do Big Island Mike again. Hold on. Let me give you a second
Thank
one.
you.
I won't make you do that again. I'll make you poison him again. I got it. Okay. Logan Mitchell, who, for anyone who does not recall, because he's a very small character, Logan
Saw, right?
was from Saw, correct? He's Savannah's assistant.
Yeah, he's interesting.
He's so cute. He's like super into Beth.
Yeah.
And finally, Alejandro Del Rio.
Oh, Alejandro.
Okay.
Alejandro.
Alejandro.
I just can't not.
I know.
So let's see. Fight, marry, kiss. I'm fighting Carl. I just have to fight him. Like he's,
Just like snap the strap of his lederhosen.
slingshot him like into the woods or something.
Oh, so good.
So if you asked me to play one more game with you, which is so funny because thinking about it, it's like he and Lucas were doing the same thing of asking to play a game, but he was constantly annoyed with Lucas.
Yeah. But you know what they say is, like, you're always annoyed by, like, the people who are the most similar to you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The things we hate in other people, we hate about ourselves.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, exactly. So there you go.
Yep. Yeah. So fighting him.
Yeah.
Let's see. Logan and who else?
I already forget. Hold on.
Oh, no.
Let's see. Oh, Alejandro Del Rio. We were singing the song. How did we forget?
I was. How did I forget? I didn't sing it enough. Okay, I will kiss Logan and marry Alejandro.
There you go. That's so good. Alejandro is marriage material. Has anybody read the book? Because Alejandro just kind of saves Nancy from the cult, and it's so good.
I love that.
It's so good. Everybody go read the book. So, please. Okay, let's get through these questions. What is your most repeated Nancy Drew quote?
Oh gosh, it's got to be something from Lulu. I literally, so when I was younger, the brother right above me, the one who would play the games with me, he and I would quote all the Lulu stuff back and forth all the time. So like, Bob's your uncle, or what else?
I bet your parents loved that.
Oh yeah, it was great. There are so many that like have left my head, but it definitely like somehow recently, I don't know why, but like the Felicity one, like Felicity, the door, that one has like been in my head for no reason.
Yeah.
And I think there's a couple from, Shadow Ranch, when the Hardys were on the phone and hanging up. Mm-hmm. Constantly, I have said like throughout the years, stay safe, watch out for varmints, and that's like just been a thing. And I've explained it to people, and they've been fine with it. But like, I literally would just say the whole thing. So that's probably the most quoted one, even though it's just like so many other quotes as part of my life.
Yeah, that's great. Oh my goodness, watch out for varmints. That's gonna how I should end all my streams with that.
You really should. Yeah, I'm gonna put that on Tumblr.
Okay, so you're going on an all expenses paid vacation, but you have to take Tino Balducci. Oh. Are you going? You can't just ditch him at the hotel.
This would be a great time. Like if I did go, I would just bring some really, really nice earplugs. So like the loop earplugs, those are like really cheap and affordable, and they are very nicely noise canceling.
Nice.
I would invest in some of those.
There you go. There you go. I hate earplugs. I always feel like I can just hear my heart beating, and like that gives me anxiety. So
yeah,
not into earplugs.
Yeah, the loop ones are really nice because they have different levels of decibel reducing. Mm-hmm. So you could look into those for sure. And I think even they sell on Amazon, so you could return them if you don't like them.
Nice. Oh, that's a good tip.
Yeah.
All right. So, which phone character do you want to show up physically in a game?
Hilda Swinton.
Yes.
I freaking love Hilda.
She's great. She's so great.
I need to see her cottage.
Yeah.
Like I picture like a greenhouse that rivals the one in Kerr. Ooh. And with all the wonderful like plants that thrive in like damp environment, like orchids, like that have lived for like 50 years. I just picture that. And then also like a cozy fireplace, like cabin-esque type thing.
Yeah.
So I need to be there and I need to have conversations with her. So.
Oh, I love that. She is wonderful. Okay, I have to stop you so I can read this comment, or this chat, rather. Morgan says, y'all want to know the cute thing that happened? I took one of Polly's kittens to show Lilo, and Polly let me for a minute or two, and then walked up and basically took the kitten out of my hands. Oh my gosh. So I'm sure everybody knows, but Morgan has, what, 2-day-old kittens? So...
The little babies.
They are little beans. They're just little white beans. Ah, so cute. So cute. Okay, I think I know the answer to this, but...
Okay.
Which Nancy Drew game is your aesthetic?
Oh gosh. I mean... is it a surprise that it's Haunting of Castle Malloy?
No. Really, I thought it was... I thought it was Secret of the Scarlet Hand.
Listen, I think when I was a kid, it would have been Shadow Ranch. We had 50 chickens.
Whoa!
And we had horses.
Wow.
And then outside, we had 2 outside dogs. And so, like, we had like 44 acres. And so that was my entire childhood. Like a homeschooled kid running barefoot all the time. Like PE was just going outside. Like that was what it was.
Yeah, because that's what it was being a homeschooler. They're like, Mom said, PE? Go just hang out outside for a while. I don't know.
Take some laps around the house.
Yeah.
So, and I named all the chickens too. So when I was a kid, it would have been Shadow Ranch. And that would like have been like my life and very accurate. I will say I do love Secret of the Scarlet Hand, partially because of one of my favorite books as a kid that we also have talked about either Discord or the Game 34 chat.
Oh yes, we have. Yes.
Yes. From the Mixed Up Files of Mrs. Bailey Frankweiler.
Yes. I remember us talking about that.
Such a good book.
I know. I need to read it.
I have like 3 copies. I can just send you. I literally buy it every time I see it. Aww. Just like for it's always at a thrift store. So like for just, sentimental reasons. And then
that's what my sister does with Austin Land. She loves Austin Land so much, and like valid. I also love Austin Land so much, but she loves it so much that she always has like 3 copies on hand, like one for her that's like super nice, one for her to like read, and then one for her to like give away just in case. So she's always like getting another one. Which I love.
It's amazing.
Which Nancy Drew game do you think should be a movie?
Sorry, I heard what you said, but then I'm looking at the chat and Liv goes, "It's Ned, isn't it?" And then what about Finn? That's so funny.
I know.
Because I also don't stop talking about how that's set in St. Louis.
I know.
I know. Everything's fine.
I know. Liv, you love Austin Land? Yes, Austin Land Crew. The best.
I've never read that, so don't shoot me. And if Abigail is watching, please don't find me and harm me.
It's funny because Abigail's probably like literally half an hour from you right now.
We live like 45 minutes apart.
She's like lurking in the background right now. About to like throw the book at you. Literally.
Right.
The book and the movie are both fire. Yes, and for different reasons too. Like you have to read the book and watch the movie, and like they're really close, but they're also different. And I enjoy them both so much. I remember I saw the movie first, and I was super disappointed when the book didn't have her singing "Hot in Here." So sorry, that's a little spoiler, but do you like Jane Austen?
Yeah.
Okay, then you're gonna have to read/watch Austin Land. So.
I think I have to.
Maybe you should go just pop by Abigail's and see if she's got one on hand.
Be like, hey, I was in the neighborhood 45 minutes away.
I know, right? Oh, it's so great. Oh, you guys, listen. Anyone in chat or anyone watching or listening, because this is both a thing that will be online later and also has a podcast. So all of my viewers / listeners, if you are at all a fan of Jane Austen, please read / watch Austen Land. It's just so good. Yeah. Anyway, so oh, I could.
It was which game should be a movie, I think was the question.
Yeah, that's the one.
There's so many good options for a variety of reasons. I think what could work, and even though I don't love Shattered Medallion, I think it could work as a movie if they reworked it and made it somewhat more Amazing Race-esque.
Yeah.
And that'll be a shocker to no one that I love The Amazing Race, but if they made it a little bit more like that, I think it could be good.
Yeah. I wanted more Survivor. I'm a big Survivor fan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not that I don't love Amazing Race, but like Survivor, Amazing Race. You know, they're like yeah.
Yeah, and it gives Survivor vibes a little bit, like the island-esque thing where you're just kind of like stuck there. So, yeah, so that one I think, but really any of them, like I could say Castle Malloy for kicks and giggles, but
can you imagine the jetpack?
Right?
or the chemicals?
No.
But like
Carter's here.
Also, like let me play Fiona because I cackle like a bog witch like way more than I ever should. So, okay, hold on. I gotta get caught up in chat real quick because there was some really good stuff said. So Liv's mom thought that they made up the song "Hot in Here" for the movie.
Mama beat.
Oh my word. That's just so pure. I can't imagine. Maggie says, I wish they could make a movie version of Midnight in Austen Land. Alas, yeah, they literally shot themselves in the foot by how they ended the movie because it is impossible to have a sequel. So thanks a lot. Hello, Carter. Friend, how are you? Why is there not an emoji with a mustache? Oh, Carter. You're a huge Survivor fan? Oh, yeah, so I haven't watched at all this season because I just have no time. So, I don't know if I'm gonna get to see this season at all. You were watching the new Survivor ep before this, that's why you're late. Absolutely valid. Absolutely valid. I don't have cable, so I can never watch it live. I would always watch it like the day after. But I also just don't have time to watch TV, so I'm just texting you about Mama Beat. Oh my goodness.
What's funny, though, is another plug for St. Louis. That is a song by Nelly, and he is from St. Louis. So.
Oh my gosh. Guys, can we just have, like, some Nelly love for a moment? So, love Nelly. My sister actually, like, went to a Nelly concert this year, which is amazing.
Yeah.
And, so, for my 25th birthday, I had a 90s themed party. And we made friendship bracelets, and I had like letter beads, and like I made a friendship bracelet for my sister. Obviously, she's like my best friend. But what I wrote on her bracelet with my friendship with my beads was just Nelly. I just wrote Nelly. So I was like, Abigail, can you please wear the Nelly bracelet to the concert? She's like, I can't not.
Right?
Oh, so great. Susie, the shelves. Oh, that's right. This is the grand, like, opening of my library / craft room / office / Etsy shop / stream room. Welcome. I've shown people around already in my reels. I loved watching the HGTV projects behind the scenes. Thank you.
Yes.
I just documented everything because content. But yes, so for those who don't know, for those who don't follow me on Instagram, you should. I painted with the room, because this used to be a really dark brown and it really brought the vibe down. But now everything is white. It's like a really, really light gray. It's basically white. And the top shelf, I'll show you. That shelf is pink, and then like pastel, like it's all pastels: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. So that's the entire room. And then the inside of this cabinet right here, which is my Etsy shop, is Barbie pink. So there you go. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh my gosh, I just saw Laura's comment. I can't wear it to the concert, but I'll wear it every other day. You imagine just pairing it with every outfit? Nelly.
Listen, I have a shirt from that. It's for Nelly. There's like a few locations for the small business locally for St. Louis. It's called Arch Apparel. Obvious reasons, the St. Louis Arch, and it's like one of those really neat like graphic tees that looks like, you know, an old band tee, but it's new. So if she is wanting a cool graphic tee, she can check them out at one of their multiple locations.
There you go.
Or you can too, because they ship. So anyone can.
It's the pink caboodle cabinet for me. Oh,
yes.
Thank you. I am living my Barbie dream. This is my Barbie dream house. My next project, although I don't think it's happening anytime soon because it's going to be a lot of work, my next project, I'm trying to convince my husband. He told me to bookmark this for now. There's like we have like 2 living rooms, okay? Like this house is from like the 60s, so I don't know what their thought process was. But we use the upstairs living room the most because it's carpeted and we have a child. But there's like a downstairs living room right on the opposite side of this wall that you guys can't see. And there's like a fireplace, and it's actually a really magical room. I want to put a bookcase secret door into that room.
Yes.
Yeah.
Please do it.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. So, yeah. So, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Okay. Oh, thank you all for complimenting my shelves. It was a 2-week process and I really had fun with it. But, it was a lot of work. Okay.
Yeah.
So final questions before our speed round. Who do you think Hans is?
So it feels like he was confirmed as a phone character.
Yeah.
I think that seems pretty obvious also because of the prior like clues that led to like the audio clues that we had to do. I think it was the one with like the Morse code and everything. I'm not sure if it was the same one. But it pretty much led to like that audio clip that sounded like someone in a German accent.
Yes.
And so we kind of were like, oh, well, this is probably Hans. And then
Hans is a German name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the most recent newsletter that came out put him alongside the Hardys and Carson.
Yes.
And like we've never seen Carson in person. He's always been a phone character. I don't know what would make them change that unless it's like, oh, this is a family trip. Like,
yeah.
So it could be that they're just, like teasing us a little bit in that way because they don't have to be direct about, oh, these are phone characters.
Yeah.
But I think he is a phone character.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
And I think he might have something to do with the astronomical clock.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
Oh.
Because that sound clip, from what I remember, he sounded pretty angry.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm wondering if he has something to do with the astronomical clock, or if there was like a mix-up with like a heist, which may not have anything to do with the clock. But those are my 2 like separate things of like maybe a mix-up of a heist situation that like Nancy like got caught up and accidentally like botched or something. And maybe he was calling Oscar or something because we see Oscar on the phone as well.
Yeah.
That's kind of my 2 thoughts.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, there's so much going on. Okay, bookcase secret door. Yes, I'm gonna do it. Carter wants to know if you've ever met a celebrity.
It depends what level of celebrity. I've met Albert Pujols. I have met multiple, no shock, members of the group Celtic Thunder.
No shock.
different times.
Yeah.
I've gone to their show. When I was younger, I went like 5 or 6 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of who else.
Very nice. Carter says, bruh, please do a secret passage. I don't have enough space to do a secret passage. I definitely don't have enough space to do a cute little tunnel underground to steal drunk men into the Navy and also be near shops to rob. That's definitely not happening, but thanks for the idea. Let's see. Hans is Hannah. This is my hot take. What if he's an Easter egg they added after Ray's fake lore? That's what I thought originally. Ned equals Hans
von Schwesterkrank. I thought about that when I played Danger by Design, but the timeline I don't think works out for him to be living and be on the phone, but it could be a descendant to where it's like the 4th or something, you know?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Or the 3rd. I don't know where that would line up depending on ages. But
Liv. She's met Lilo, the only celebrity worth meeting. Tori still thinks Hans should have been Hans the computer. But she doesn't think that's happening at this point.
Yes.
I remember that, yeah.
Yeah. Someone said Ray's lore. Was that talking about how it could have been Helena, Anya? Was it Niobe? Was that the lore?
Do you remember the memes that were like, it was like Game 34 fake lore, it was like scenarios from like supposedly from the game, but we like obviously don't know anything. So it was like they made up names and like weird situations. So it was like popular meme formats, and they made no sense, and it was just like as if it was from the new game.
Okay.
So it was just fake lore, and one of the names was Hans, and then they came out with Hans is real, and then we were like, so yeah.
Gosh, wow.
Oh my gosh, Carter says, imagine the game begins at the cafe, and suddenly a potted plant almost hits us. It's Minette. She's back.
She works at the cafe as a coffee therapist. But wait, this is my life because I've been a barista and a therapist.
You're a coffee therapist.
Yes.
Her tip jar is empty and she's angry. Oh my gosh. Okay. We need to move past Hans for a minute because this stream is never ending.
We're over 2 hours.
I know. Okay. Guess who's back again? Oh no. Okay. Okay.
Back. No,
Just can't. If you had MySpace, which Nancy Drew characters would be your top 8?
Oh my gosh. This is wow. So I never had MySpace. I will say that. I didn't get Facebook until I was 16. Like, ooh. I could have had it at 14. I just didn't want to. I'm trying to think.
Yeah. I never had MySpace either. I feel like we're part of that generation that's like we were just too young for MySpace, but we're like too old for TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Vine, like, should have been a thing, but it wasn't.
R.I.P. Vine.
Yeah, R.I.P. I quote Vines as much as Nancy Drew.
Yeah.
Like, and regular movies that Vine was like this much time.
Yeah, I know. Vine really had its moment in the sun and then it's just gone.
I know. Okay, top 8.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Give us your top 8.
There's so many to remember. I don't know that I could do them in order.
No.
And let's see.
Carter says MySpace was scandalous.
It was, but also at least you knew where you stood with people, right?
I mean,
I guess.
I don't know if I want that. I really don't. I really don't.
The generation that's like, I turned out fine, but then it's like, I am on anxiety medication and can never go off because of it.
I know, but like
because
literally,
my friends hated me.
They're like going.
And
They're
that's sad.
they're going to you for therapy. They're like, my friends ranked me.
Literally, like, because it's not even just the parents at that point. It's like a friend thing too. It's like coming at them from all angles.
Southern Sleuth, my bestie, learned HTML from MySpace.
So funny.
So good.
Okay, characters.
Oh,
My
Morgan
top
was so many people's number ones. It was a high.
Aww,
Tori.
chasing that high. Oh,
Dang.
that's cold.
Dang. Okay. This
Guess what, Tori? Oh no, I gotta read this now.
You're my bottom.
You're in my
No. Oh my gosh. This is just like stop questions and just watch this.
This is tea, guys.
Oh, this is so good. This is so good. Okay, anyway, so your top 8.
I'm top 8. Can we count the taxi drivers from Stay Tuned for Danger?
Absolutely.
I want to be their friends, but specifically the sweet Indian man.
Oh, where to, lady?
Where to, lady?
I love him.
On my way. I love it. Okay, top 8. No particular order, because that's gonna take too much time.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna include Nancy because that's just kind of obvious.
Yeah.
Okay. I enjoy Tex.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So here's a count. Okay, so we've got the taxi driver, we've got Tex.
Taxi driver and Tex. Harper Thornton.
Okay.
Mel.
Mm-hmm.
What else? Let's go with Denal. I have to pick Denal. I have to.
Mm-hmm.
Who else is on there? I'll pick George because that's kind of like necessary, right? Like,
sure,
talking her up so much. I'll say Joy because I mean she's got depth. I have to. Is it one more?
One more.
One more. Out of all of them, I know I'm gonna forget someone.
It's okay.
I feel like I need to pick Lulu.
There you go.
I feel like I need to do that. Yeah.
There is our.
I'm sure this will change, but for right now, that's
okay
what they are.
because you could constantly update your top 8. So I love it. That's a really fun question.
Yeah.
I love it. Joy be munching on them pencils. LOL. Oh, Morgan being a former emo, that is my favorite thing.
Morgan. Yeah, you can be in my top 8.
Oh, Maggie, I actually have that game. And am intending on playing it soon. Amazing. Okay. What's your favorite Clue Crew memory so far?
Ooh. So far, like up to tonight, I am picking the Late Late Show with Carter. I love it so much. It brought me so much joy. It was just
it's good. Yeah, I definitely didn't cry at the end. Not me.
Definitely not at all.
Yeah, I just
not me weeping over younger me. Yeah,
like literally, I know. Like the whole thing was perfection from start to finish, but also like tears. We laughed, we cried. Like
it moved me, Bob.
Yeah. Oh, so good, so good. So Carter, I know you're listening. Carter, thank you so much. And what's something you'd like to see the Clue Crew do? For example, a movie night, like a specific movie, a specific game night, a meetup in a specific place. What would you like?
The meetup is definitely a thing. I want to do a final scene meetup because I think it would be really fun to pick a show at the Fox and like see it together.
That'd be so cool.
Yeah, because there's like different prices. Like not all of them are going to be like $100 tickets. Like they have really affordable options.
Yeah.
So it could work into an experience, and we could be like at that place and experience it together. That would be super fun.
Maybe. So you know how I'm doing Beach Chill 2025?
Yeah, 2026.
Maybe we need to do 2026 in St. Louis.
I think so.
I think so.
Yes.
I love it. Okay, so time for our speed rounds.
Yes.
All right. So no thinking about these questions. You just have to answer, okay?
Okay.
All right.
No one told me to this. No one hate me.
Okay, so if you and your bestie had to live in separate Nancy Drew games in different cities, which 2 games would it be and why?
Oh gosh. Okay. Different Nancy Drew games, different cities. I am not picking somewhere cold. I am sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I would say Shadow Ranch.
Uh-huh.
And see, I would pick Castle Malloy, but like if I don't get a different place to stay, like that's drafty, right?
There's literal like explosion holes.
Yes, the whole Great Hall is just blown apart.
Just open.
And that bog is not going to get internet service, so to connect from there to Arizona, probably not happening. And let's see, so that would be Arizona, and then I'm trying to think of the other locations. I guess we could do Deception Island. That would be fine.
Yeah.
That would be too. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. If you could rework the plot of a Nancy Drew game, which one would it be?
Oh, Shattered Medallion.
Yeah.
Like 1,000,000,000%.
Easy question.
Yeah.
If you had to die via one of Nancy's second chances, which one and why?
No. Oh goodness.
Oh, not Morgan in the chat with a water cup emoji saying, "Look, everyone, it's Dave."
I'm screenshotting this.
And get Laura's hashtag that bog has no internet service.
Yes. Okay. Yes, Liv. I can meet Hilda, and that's absolutely it.
There you go.
Okay.
Jetpack death.
Yes.
Oh,
So
the plants. Oh my gosh.
plants. I mean, I'm trying to think. I mean, definitely something that's quick.
The lava.
The lava.
That's gotta be the quickest one.
Do you think? Let's go with that one.
Yeah, can you imagine? Okay,
Oh, the plant. Morgan said the plant. Okay,
the
yeah, I think the
plants.
plant. That's a great one. Yes.
Yeah, I don't think that one's gonna be quick.
But the head goes first.
Okay, that's okay. Anyway, who would you rather have as a mom, Jean from Clock or Clara from Goth?
I mean Clara, I feel like because there's still genuine concern, but she's too stuck in her own trauma, but she can heal from that. Whereas Jane, I feel like is not at a place where she probably could ever recognize her own actions and her own harm that she's done.
Yeah, I can totally see that. Although we went into therapy rather than speed round mode, but like I can totally see that.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, you people in the chat are just on fire tonight.
So distracting. The genes.
You know,
the plant
genes digest easily. Oh my gosh. Choose Bernie's mistaken marshmallow. That plant is a chew. Oh my gosh.
The plant was smacking on the horse shirt. Carter.
Oh my gosh, Casey, what glorious chaos did we walk into? Oh, Casey.
I'm wriggling too. Casey, hello.
Oh,
Lauren, good point about the chandelier. That was, I think, the one I was trying to think of where something falls on me and it's like quick. But it's okay.
You know, I can't imagine the chandelier actually killing you though. I feel like it would like just seriously maim you.
That is true. A lot of cuts.
Yeah. Maybe it tasted good because Nancy had turkey and butter on her. Oh my gosh. Okay, what's our next one? You get to make a Nancy Drew game. What's it about and where is it set?
See, I would love to do something with a museum, but like they're all museums, so I kind of feel like that's too much. But I would almost recreate like that, like you can't leave the museum. So like the night at the museum thing, but like the book that I referenced, from the Mix-It Files and Mrs. Baisley Frankweiler. I feel like an idea where you have to like escape a museum would be different, like because we've had those before, but they've just been like parts of the plot rather than like the entire plot. Also, I'm sorry, people. I just remembered I didn't feed my fish today, I fed it this morning, but I forgot to feed it dinner, so sorry about that. Okay. Well, they don't remember anyway, so you're fine.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, so would you use beef tallow as a moisturizer?
I would, actually.
There you go.
I know it's a weird thing, but I would. I've heard of the benefits. So.
All right, awesome. If you could magically become proficient at one thing, what would it be?
Probably playing an instrument. The piano, maybe. Maybe a mandolin. Ooh. Because I only get so far. When I was younger, I only got so far playing the piano where I would start to play the songs by ear and memorize them and then forget like how to read the notes. Like I know what they are on the piano. I know where the notes are. But reading them and then immediately translating that into my hands, I would only get so far. So
Carter, beef tallow. There you go. Just in case you were wondering. Shorty's moisturizer. Oh my word. Amazing. Okay, and what is your dream vacation?
I would like to go to Italy. More than Greece. Those two are on my list up there. But I think so. Like I do want to return to Ireland and take my family because that would be really important for me. And to see that, but like a dream vacation, something that like is actually like a vacation. Probably Italy.
Carter heard beef towels.
Beef towels? Just some leather towels on my face.
I just pictured I pictured a slab of steak. Just like
as if I have a bruise on my face or something.
Just like you have the black eye and you put the steak on your face.
The black eye for my second chance with the chandelier following on me.
There you go. Full circle moment. Oh my word. Okay, was that it? Okay, that was all for the speed round. Congrats! Yay!
Morgan, can I just die my ghost toss?
Okay, I think we need to play more FMK.
Okay, sounds good. Hopefully this is the best one yet.
Wait, your dream vacation would be a luxurious South African safari? Wow.
Ooh.
My dream vacation? You know what? I'm not going to tell you because I'm getting interviewed next week. And any questions that you guys have for me, send them in. Actually, send them, don't send them to me. Send them to Joanna. I haven't announced yet that that's what's going to have to happen, but I want you to send them to Joanna so that I don't actually know what they are. So,
smart.
Yes. Anyway, FMK. All right. Watch us get Mike Mapu again.
He's skipping.
Oh my god, we were literally one away from Mike Mapu. We're literally right next to him. Matt Simmons.
Oh.
Okay.
He
comes up a lot, and there are mixed reviews.
Is he Jessalyn Thornton's fiance, or is that...
No, he's the groom who disappears in Castle Malloy.
Oh. silly of me to forget that, but he wasn't really in the game, so.
No, he really wasn't. He really wasn't. Okay, so Matt, from your favorite game, and Pa Ox, in case you want to ask him where Ma is.
Where's Ma?
I cried. And finally, Abdullah Bakum.
Okay. Well,
This chat is so unhinged.
I know. Matt Simmons can marry a potato.
FMK stands for my Kim. Quigley Kim. I'll never say it differently.
Kim.
Oh, Carter.
Oh my word. Okay.
Legend.
As much as I want to fight Matt for obvious reasons, I will fight Abdullah because he deserves it more.
Okay. I actually think he's pretty cute.
Yeah. So fighting Abdullah.
Okay.
And then we will, I don't know. Like, I don't want to take Matt from Kyler. Like, they need therapy. So
Literally.
I will marry Pa for the store.
There you go.
And then I will be Ma, and I can just ask where I am.
Where am I?
Where am I?
That's definitely a question a therapist should be asking.
Right. And then I guess that leaves kissing Matt.
There you go.
So.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Okay, well, as much as I hate to end this because this has just been one of the best streamed chats that I've had in quite some time, that's all the content I have for you. Those are all the questions that I was given, and that's all I got. So you guys gotta go get your jollies from Elizabeth, I think is streaming now.
Yeah,
so
she will be.
Yeah, go jump over to her stream and bring all your hilarity to her. So amazing. Wait, if you were Ma, you could pop up as a jump scare whenever Nancy asks for Ma.
I would become the second chance.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, Laura. Okay. All right. So this is all the content I have for you. It's been a wonderful night. Abby, thank you so much for joining me and for joining me on such short notice as well. Yes.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. I couldn't believe that I had an opening. I was like,
we can do this.
I know. Well, see, the thing is, I thought for sure we had already scheduled. scheduled.
We didn't schedule, like, maybe she said November. Well, Thanksgiving, so I was just like, oh, okay, I guess it's not happening.
I am the worst. So, yeah.
That's okay.
Sorry. But we did it. We got it in November. We did it.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Josh's comment, where's your mother, Nancy?
Oh no.
Oh, dead. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Also, I'm sorry. I'm a horrible person. I meant dead as in, like, I'm dead because that joke is so freaking funny. Not that she's dead, but although she is.
Unintended, Susie. Let it be intended, as Tori says.
Jeez. Okay. And Tori says, excited to watch what I missed. Yeah, girl. This was certainly one. Okay. Oh, good night, Lilo.
Oh, night, Lilo.
Baby. Oh, you guys. So Morgan is one of my besties, and we spend a lot of time on the phone together. And the other day, we were on the phone, and Liam fell down and was crying. And I said, Morgan, can we see Lilo? So we swapped to FaceTime, and she showed him Lilo. And guess what? He stopped crying.
Aww.
So, like Lilo. She's the best. Yes. Oh. Tori, this is what you missed. Glass of water. Liam and Lilo, yes. Oh my gosh.
Oh, yes.
You missed the Oxford comma defense. That is the critical one. Yes.
Yes, it was short and sweet, but I will say that I am unwavering. So we are together.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. All right, now now we're really done. Okay, so I feel like I am supposed to say what's coming up next, but I truly
Susie
don't
should be
remember.
sleeping. No. How about
What am I doing
Lilo
next?
should be sleeping.
What's my next one? December 2nd. Saturday, December 2nd.
Susie should be
am
sleeping.
Oh my goodness,
No.
everybody's redeeming things.
How about Lilo should be sleeping.
Lilo's up in the club. Okay.
Lilo.
So on December 2nd at 7:45
Susie
p.m.
should be sleeping.
Everyone's redeeming Lilo.
How about
I will
Lilo
be
should be
on
sleeping.
Twitch. Okay, now every single Christmas stream coming up in December is going to be on Twitch. So
Susie should be sleeping.
just remember that.
No.
Like,
How about
Twitch is my
Lilo
home for
should
the
be
holidays. Okay, so December 2nd, 7:45 p.m. Twitch. I am streaming. I commissioned some bees 12 days, which is one of the Christmas ones.
Ooh.
So I'm just going to be doing some really cozy Christmas streams, and I have actually never played and I commissioned some
Susie should be
anything
sleeping?
games before.
No.
So
Lilo should be
how
sleeping?
many people can redeem Lilo at once? It's insane.
I don't know, but I'm gonna do it.
Oh my gosh. Too many Lilos. I need to make Lilo more expensive.
1,000 points.
Oh my gosh. Love the bee game. Oh, I'm so excited, Carter. I've only ever watched Carter play them. So that's what's coming up next. If anybody is interested in my series that I do, my Regency Love series that I do, that is coming back this week. I am actually currently putting that up right now. So that will do a live premiere at 1 p.m. on Friday. If you want to join, if you don't, it's going to be there forever. So you can always join.
Susie should be sleeping.
So
No.
yes. Anyway, that is
Lilo
all
should
that
be
I've got
sleeping.
for you. But check out my Instagram if you want to know what else is coming up, because there's quite a bit coming up. Quite a
Susie should be
few
sleeping.
Christmas things,
No.
and
How about
only
Lilo
one
should
more
be sleeping.
episode of Spilling the Tea in this season. Season 1 is ending. Like, what?
Susie
So,
should be sleeping. No.
gosh, the
How
Lilos
about
are so
Lilo should be
distracting.
sleeping?
It's nonstop.
It's literally nonstop. So, the season finale of Spilling the Tea with Susie, season 1, is going to be my bestie Joanna, the Drew Encyclopedia, is going to interview me. This was her idea, so I'm letting her interview me. And so she will be posting the question box for me next week. But if you want to send her questions at any point, go for it. Just, same thing as me. I know you guys send me questions as much as you want. So, yeah. I love the slight pause every time Lilo's redeemable starts. Yeah, because it's distracting. Yeah, so that will be super fun. And then I'm going to be done for a while. I'm going to be, season 2 isn't going to start until February, I think. So, yay. Susie has to have it enabled. Oh, I don't know if I have that enabled. I don't know. I feel like I do. I feel like I have it enabled. Okay. All right. I'm for real done now. Thank you. Thank you so much, Abby, for joining me. And do you have any parting words for our viewers?
Oh, I don't know. I had a lot of fun, so this was good. I didn't know what to expect aside from what I've seen, so it was really fun. I loved all the questions. Nobody needs to be afraid of asking therapy stuff. I'm not gonna assume that you're asking about HIPAA stuff. But
it was a joke.
Yeah, it was a joke.
Yeah.
Just a clarification. But yeah, feel free to do that. And yeah, you can check out my shop or commission customs. I am open to that. So.
Absolutely. Yes. She's super talented. Definitely check out her shop and see what she's got. And especially right now, because Christmas is coming. And shopping small for Christmas is so wonderful. And I mean, Abby and I can both attest that when we sell something, it literally makes like our life. So yes, shop small this holiday season. Thank you so much. All right, I am signing off.
Thank you guys.
Have a great day. Have a great night. Watch out for varmints.
Stay safe. Watch out for varmints.
Love it. All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.